Happy Friday to all. Happy Friday to all. But guys, this is not a
You're
regular
muted, Hitchis. You're
Friday.
muted. You're muted. You're muted, bro.
Am I muted?
No, still can't hear you. Still can't hear you, bro.
Wait, no, it's like, are you sure you can't hear me? Wait.
Hey, you're fine, bro.
Oh, it's my thing. My bad.
Oh my God. Hassan, induct yourself, man. Induct yourself.
Drop the break.
Yeah. No, I'll drop the break after. So guys, look, man, it's not a regular Friday. This Friday, things are a little different. We'll talk about Aguero's statue, maybe touch on Mbappe and some other stuff. But this is a huge game. I don't give a damn about the Football Association Cup. With all due respect to Queen Lizzie and so forth, I don't give a damn about that Bombers trophy. But what I care about is legacy. What I care about is narrative. As you well know, and you know me for I'm a narrative merchant. I'm the number one narrative merchant out there. And Liverpool, I think the quad is gone. But Liverpool want to try and get like a little bit of a sideshow, side chick treble. But it is not fully undone because mathematically they can still win the league. Even if I think they still believe they can. I need the narrative to be that Chelsea, the team that stops Liverpool. They are the favourites. And they desperately want to get all these trophies because, you know, they want to, they believe in themselves. And this is going to be, it's a tough task. But it's a cup final. And you have to understand that when it's a cup final, everything that happened previously, it goes out that freaking window. We start anew. Clean slate, new foundation. So we're going to be breaking down not just an FA Cup final, we're going to break down a rivalry. We're going to break down the history between these two sides. We're going to break down the narratives. We're going to break down the managers. We're going to break down storylines, backgrounds, and so forth. Because it all goes down. Because let me say it before it's right now. I don't want a world in which Chelsea lose 2 cup finals to the same team and 3 FA Cup finals in a row. I don't want to be in that world, man. So I said it to my lovely peeps here, saying what's up and so forth. Shout out to you guys, man. So look, man, I mean, there's so many different ways to start here and so forth. But let's just start broadly, and then I want to go around the rooms. And let me just start here broadly. And I think it's the favourites I feel are Liverpool. If you look on paper, you look at form, you look at player and team. But my thing is that because for me, I've just been thinking about that Karabuki Cup. That has just been running through my mind again and again. And Chelsea are one of those teams that they play up to the opposition, they play up to the occasion. They play up to the opposition, they play up to the occasion. And there is no big occasion than a cup final. Forget whether it's a Karabuki Cup, FA Cup, Audi Cup, whatever cup it is. A cup final is a cup final. And when a cup final comes through, anything that has happened before, it means nada. It means nada. So let me come first to Hassan. Hassan, how do you feel coming into this game? Because I want to just, before we go into tactics, formation, and so forth, I want to just look at confidence levels. Confidence levels, where you are emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. So spiritually, where are you coming into this FA Cup final against Chelsea?
Yeah, man, listen. I can't go back now. You remember what I said back then, HH. I can't go back now.
You can't.
I'm confident.
You can't.
Yeah. I'm confident, man. I'm confident. You know, the last final, I was nervous. I can't lie. The League Cup final, I was shitting myself because you guys were actually good then, and we were all right. We were good then, and it was the first time playing Chelsea in the final in a while. So I was like, yeah, tactical Tommy and all that. I was nervous, but listen, I'm kind of confident. You know, I know Fabinho is out on that. And Kovacic somehow, you know, broken leg or not, he's gonna play against Liverpool as always. But and you know,
confirmed. Don't think it's confirmed. Nothing's confirmed.
And Kante wake up from his coma to play Liverpool as always.
So, but Hassan, are you confident though? Are you confident?
Oh yeah, I'm confident, bro. I'm confident. I don't think we'll smash you as much as I want to say that because you guys.
But you're confident of the dub. You're confident.
Yeah, of the dub. Yeah. I think we'll win the game. But no team is getting destroyed. That's what I'm saying. Because you guys play 8 at the back, and you know, you guys can't score as well. I don't think you score like 3 or 4 if you beat us. You beat us by 1 goal, even if that won't happen. But yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident.
Okay, so before I go to Ralph, Abdul, I hope that you're safe because I was looking at some weird footage from your camera and so forth. Hopefully, Abdul, you're safe.
Wait, Abdul, you're not a Chelsea or Liverpool fan unless you're on loan.
Oh no! I mean, I just gave it to some of the like he's a panel regular. So, Ralph, you talk to me, man. Emotionally, where are you at with this game, man? Where are you at with this game, man? I mean, because Ralph, if Chelsea lose, you know, there's a because again, like this is what I've got to remind you guys. I'll keep on dropping this through. If Chelsea lose, 2 cup final losses to the same team, 3 FA Cup final losses in a row. Ralph, that's a filthy disgusting.
I think it'll be like 5 in 6 years. I'm not sure, but we've lost a lot in the last 6 years.
It's true, but 3 in a row. Whew.
Yeah, it's Actually, I'll be honest. I think we're losing. Man. I don't see how we're winning, man.
You know what?
I don't see.
That's not a good start.
No. See, with the
Ralph,
Champions League,
back a team, Ralph. Back a team.
No. But I'm being honest.
Let him be real, man. Let him be real.
Like with the Champions League last season, like I had that confidence that we could win, and we won in the end. But this Liverpool team is different to the City team. Like,
but Ralph, how about
Liverpool?
Let me throw this to you. You're right. But let me throw this to you. It's a final, cup final. So if I just say it's a cup final, you know that with a cup final, form, team, quality, hype, everything, it goes out the window. If okay, it's a cup final, and you look at how Chelsea should have beaten Liverpool in that Carabao Cup final, and Chelsea play up to the occasion.
HH, man, like this is what I think is gonna happen. We're gonna have so many chances, chance after chance after chance. We'll keep going, and they'll just beat us in the end. Liverpool have some sort of juju on them. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, we have clinical forwards, bro. That's it. That's all it is.
Every game they give up chances and they end up winning. So for me, like I don't even know who I would start.
So Ralph, you're saying that Chelsea have the opportunity to 100% end this quadruple dream, and they're going to screw it up. So we
have a chance. Of course, we have a chance, but
you're saying that we're going to fail.
For me, I'm going to be honest. This all rests on Mount, man. Mount needs. For me, I need him to score tomorrow.
Ralph, you're shameless. You're shameless.
Ralph, no. Rests on Mason. So basically, the hopes of a whole Chelsea Football Club rest on Mason Mount.
As much as I've been on Mason Mount, as much as I've been on Mason Mount's neck recently, out of all our players up front, he's the only one that will fight for us, man. He's the only one.
Ralph,
even
we need more than a fight. We need quality. We need goals. I need more than a fight. I need goals, bro. I need goals.
I know, but I can't trust Lukaku. I can't trust Havertz. I can't trust Pulisic. I can't trust that number 11 guy.
But you can trust Mason Mount. Is that what you're saying?
I'm trusting Mason Mount. I know his record at Wembley's not good, but
Ralph,
tomorrow lies on him.
Ralph, this is worrying. So you're saying that like the hopes of Chelsea winning this cup final rest on Mason Mount.
Yeah. But think about it. Think about it logically. Who are we going to rely on up front? Who's going to step up?
Ralph. Someone has to. Ralph, they doesn't breed me with confidence saying that, oh my gosh, the hope of a whole Chelsea will rest on Mason Mount against Liverpool.
Sorry. That's what I have to say. I'm sorry. I have to step in.
You're saying that Mason Mount is our only hope against freaking Liverpool Football Club. Ralph, that is sick.
No, but don't make it seem like it's a bad thing because Mason Mount's a good player. As much as I've been on his neck.
See, Ralph, don't do that. Have I come out and said he's a bad player? No, I've not. So don't
HH, no, we're not doing that. HH, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
No. But what I'm saying though is that
and you disrespected Mason Mount. No, HH, let me. No, HH.
No. How can Chelsea go into a game relying on Mason Mount against Liverpool Football Club? Forward, that is insane. That is insane.
First and foremost,
Give me at least three
Because
players.
who's gonna step up? Who's gonna step up?
Well, okay, let me finish. Let me finish. The reason why I laughed first and foremost when Ralph said Mason Mount is the person we need to rely on is because it's Ralph saying it. After the things you've been saying about Mason Mount, I just thought that it was quite funny. But two, we're not gonna disparage Mount, disrespect him, and all that nonsense. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. The guy is one of the only young players in Premier League history to record double-digit assists and goals in a season, which he's doing right now. Okay, in terms of Chelsea's players right now on current form,
Norwich tax.
he's one of the best. He's literally one of the best, and going forward, he's one of our most prolific
what about Phil Foden
right now.
Ford, who has he scored these goals against?
Phil Foden hasn't done that. Hasn't recorded that. Phil Foden, a great young player,
do you rate Phil
hasn't
Foden?
recorded that stat.
Yeah. No. Ford, who has he? No. Ford, who has he gotten his goals and assists against? Against which teams?
He scored against
Same
Real
as
Madrid at the
Phil Foden.
Bernabeu this season. He scored at Wembley,
I said
bro,
in
the semi-final.
in the EPL, who has he done this against? In what
Scored against
games?
plenty of teams. Arsenal scored against other teams. Got assists against Man United. Like, bro, like you can't.
But isn't the majority
we're not
against Norwich and
running the. Yeah, but then in the Champions League, he scored against Real Madrid, against other big teams as well. So you can't say that we've only done it against small teams. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
So Ford, you are confident that Chelsea can beat Liverpool in a cup final, relying on Mason Mount as the main linchpin for that. You're confident in that?
Listen, I'm not. Listen. Don't put words in my mouth because I see how you're wording that question. I see how you're smart, HH, but you're not that smart. Listen. For this game, I like Chelsea's chances. I like our chances. I'll say that. I'm not overly confident that we're going to beat Liverpool because, again, right now on current form, they're the best team in the world. In the Champions League final, they have a complete settled squad. Other than Fabinho, they have no injuries. They never had injuries for quite a while. So they're in a great groove of form. And whereas us, we're coming at the complete opposite end of that. We've got a lot of injuries. We've got our second choice fullbacks playing. Obviously, there's been a lot of unrest at the club with the transfer situation, the new ownership. Obviously, we've still been a little bit reading from Lukaku's interview, which again he's only just come back into form now. But look at other players like Starboy Havertz, run out of form. Timo Werner, he's a bum. Like, so there's so many holes in the squad. But having said that, when it comes to the big games, Chelsea generally do turn up. They don't always win, but they generally do turn up. And against Liverpool in particular against Liverpool, our last 4 games, which have all been under Tuchel, you've not lost. You've not lost in normal time, extra time. Obviously, you're going to count penalties, cool. Okay, we lost on penalties, whatever. But in terms of the actual games, Tuchel against Klopp, especially at Chelsea, we have a very positive record. So I'm confident the boys will turn up and put in a performance. And I think we can win on our day for sure. Because again, when people say that Liverpool are this amazing, invincible team, they're an amazing team, but they can be beat. Tottenham showed it. Conte showed that they can be beat. They were the better team at Anfield and should have won. And you can restrict them from having chances. So I think we can do it.
Cobham, what do you say? Thoughts, general thoughts, emotions. I want to gauge confidence levels.
Oh, Jesus. It's, I don't know. It's just, this team is just weird because, like, if you told me like last week, I would have said there's 0% chance Chelsea.
No. But come on, you know this club and you know Chelsea. Big game, big final. It's what they do. So,
yeah, but
like one thing, if there's only one thing you can bank on Chelsea is if it is a big game and a big final, they will show up. Whether they win or lose is a different thing, but you can guarantee they will show because Chelsea, from way back when, are big game merchants. It's getting them motivated for the smaller games and so forth. That's the issue. But a final, a big game, you know they will show up.
Yeah, but it's normally Chelsea would show you something before like a big game, like maybe
no. That's not the case.
They'll show you a good performance before a big game.
Come on, I can tell you several times when Chelsea have looked a few days later is a big game and you're like, wait, is this the same team that I saw a few days ago?
An example of that is even last season. We actually bottled top 4. We needed Gareth Bale to save us top 4 at the end of last season, and then we went and destroyed the City
and beat it in the final. So no, bro, this is the team who back the 90s would get pimped by Bradford City, then they'll go and beat like United 5-0 or beat Liverpool the next few days. It's what these guys do.
It's a Chelsea thing.
For me, like if you told me like last week, I would have said there's 0% chance because I don't see this team doing anything. But against Leeds, I don't know. It's just I just have a weird feeling that this team would just somehow, some way finesse their way to an FA Cup win. Do I think that this whole Mason Mount, this whole FA Cup is resting on Mason Mount? No, because I think there are more elements to this. I think if
Who's going to
Lukaku,
step up other than Mason Mount?
Lukaku has to
You
step
tell
up.
me.
Lukaku,
But I'm
Lukaku.
gonna be
Havertz has to
honest.
step up.
Lukaku in
I'll
a
be
big
honest.
game. We'll see, man. We'll see.
See, this is what I mean. What Hassan just said, Lukaku in a big game. I like Lukaku, but it's not looking good against VVD too.
Like he has to turn up. Like let's be real, guys. He's had a disappointing season. There's been situations around it. The interview, Tuchel's tactics, the players not playing to his benefit for sure, playing to his strengths. But at the same time,
if ever
he
there
needs
was a
to
game,
give us a
if
big
ever
game.
there was a game,
For me,
And the thing is, he
has
did
to.
score against Palmeiras. Obviously, I don't think we count that as a big team, but it was a big game.
Who?
The team
And
is
technically,
Zeman.
well, it was only one of the
There's coffee bean
Forward,
workers, man.
forward,
Coffee
Zeman,
bean
shut
workers.
up.
Come on, bro.
Wait.
Talk.
Is that Abdul talking a team that didn't even win the Europa League? No, I hope it's not. That
Abdul-
can't be.
It's Zeman who supports
treble
Barca.
winners that are talking.
No,
Yeah,
it's
go on.
it's the guys
true.
who didn't get
Let's
through the
speak
group
it
stage
true.
of the UCL.
Frankfurt,
Or it's probably the top
Frankfurt,
four.
Who's better?
Cool.
Who
The
would
Frank.
you rather have, Aubameyang or
Zeman,
Lukaku?
Zeman the
Forward.
Frank. Zeman,
Be
where
honest.
about the Frank? Zeman, where about the Frank?
Exactly.
Where
Yeah,
about
No
the
where about
Frank?
the
replies,
Frank?
man.
Forward.
No replies.
What would he say?
Frankfurt.
What would he say?
Anyways, listen, look, man. Lukaku can score in this game. He scored at Wembley against Liverpool off the bench. Obviously, it was wrongly ruled off for offside.
Yes.
So he didn't score.
And listen. We've seen the story before. Chelsea are written off as underdogs. They've lost
That's
the
the
cup
best
final
Chelsea.
team previously by a dodgy offside call. Again, if you guys remember the 2018 Carabao Cup final, when Ruben Loftus-Cheek turned Kyle Walker, plays in Eden Hazard in the final minute of normal time, and then they actually flag offside. And this is when VAR was introduced. So you would think logically that they would allow play to go on. Hazard 1v1 in that season where he was amazing, probably scores and we won the cup, but we got denied it. Obviously, what happened? But then a few years later, we get revenge in that Champions League final against a Man City team playing without a DM. Now, fast forward to today, we're playing Liverpool that we obviously want to get revenge for against after a Carabao Cup final loss. Well, they're underdogs again, and we're playing a Liverpool team that is going to be playing without Fabinho, the only proper recognized DM. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
So look, Abdul, general thoughts, because before we go to specifics, general thoughts. Who do you think has the edge in this game, Liverpool or Chelsea?
You have to say that Liverpool, they have the edge, but finals, it's fine margins. You can't count anybody out in a final.
Nope.
And to be fair, I expected you guys to get dominated in that Carabao Cup final, and I think you guys were the better team. And I think Lukaku was offside, bro. I double checked.
Yeah,
I have glasses on.
Abdul, that's not a debate. Honest to them, that's not a debate, bro.
I go Specsavers, bro. I know.
Yeah.
He was offside.
Yeah. Go again. Go again, because obviously they obviously gave you the wrong advice. But
Yeah, forward, man. I'm a Newcastle fan. But anyway, man.
Wait, what? You went from Barcelona to Man City to Newcastle.
Fan,
Abdul, just be Arsenal on Monday. Just be Arsenal.
Shameless guy.
Nah, but I think you guys have a chance, man. I think you guys have a chance. Bro, personally, ever since Jamal opened his mouth.
Oh, you're on a highway, bro.
Hey, Abdul, where the hell are you?
Are you in the streets?
This guy's on the motorway.
He's skating, man. He's skating.
He's on the streets.
Ever since Jamal, he became cocky, bro. I generally think they're ending up with the Carabao Cup changed. And I fancy you guys tomorrow because Fabinho, I think Fabinho for Liverpool is essential to their midfield.
Yeah, no. We'll get this. Okay, so you're giving the edge to Liverpool then?
You have to, on form, give the edge to Liverpool. But that edge, it means very little because I think Chelsea... I didn't really like what you said that if it's a final, you guys turn up because if you lose this year, it's 3 back-to-back FA Cup final losses where you didn't turn up because I don't think you turned up against
Oh, no,
Leicester.
no. Wait.
or Arsenal, bro.
Whoa. Abdul, hold up. Pulisic doesn't get injured. Chelsea win. So that's
It's not an
injury
excuse.
tax. So Chelsea turned
It's
up,
not
but
an
Pulisic
excuse.
got injured.
No, bro.
Well,
That
Yes,
was
he
Arteta's
does.
first. Bro, it was Arteta like in his first 4 months when he finished 8th. If you're losing to them, you
Yeah.
didn't turn up, bro.
It was against Lampard. Relax. Lampard
It was
no,
against
bro, like,
Anthony Taylor. Anthony
You
Taylor
know-
was the
you know,
referee.
AJ, I'm
Remember?
seeing a lot of disrespect on Chelsea's name, bro. Like, so tomorrow, I think if you guys win, bro, you're gonna shut up a lot of haters, bro. And honestly, tomorrow, I think I might be ruling on Chelsea. I might be
Simon,
ruling for
No,
Chelsea.
don't.
Simon,
don't.
what do you say? Simon,
Root
what
for
do you say?
Liverpool.
What was the edge? What was the edge?
This is a cagey game, man. But logically speaking, I can see Liverpool winning it. But we know the finals aren't logical because let's be honest. I mean, you look at Chelsea's history, and you are right. In 2012, you guys had no right winning that final, and then you just these guys always do this. They're not. I mean, and you got to remember, Thomas Tuchel's really good in cup games, but I just feel like with the way they're playing, man, Liverpool are the masters of the offside goal, man. I believe that they've scored. I believe that teams have scored more offside goal than onside goals against them, man. These guys know how to work it. So
Yeah, there's a line. Yeah,
I have a lot of questions when it comes to the Chelsea lineup per se. I mean, there's a question mark on Lukaku. Is it effective to play Lukaku in a game like this where you're going to be asking work rate from your attackers as well as your midfielders because technically they're going to play you out of they're going to play you out of the park just in terms of the midfielders they do have. And is Henderson going to be let loose because of Henderson starting? Is Trent going to be let loose because of Henderson starting? So there are questions like that I still have. Honestly, I think the better quality team is Liverpool, but Chelsea do have a chance. I just edge it towards Liverpool, if I'm being honest.
All right, let me take some notes and then we'll go into some specifics, man. So, thanks to your boy Casey. Teams to finish the Chelsea FA Cup three-peats. Casey, can you worry about Barcelona, please? Worry about your boys, Barca, please. Thank you.
No, but can I just quickly ask you,
yeah.
like, is it daft losing 3 back-to-back finals in a row?
I dash 3.
That might be
Thank you,
better than
Doc.
just repeat.
I dash 3. Liverpool are going to beat Chelsea like they owe us rent money. HH will dock the post-match the way Peter Parker did Mr.
Yeah, he will duck it. He will duck it. Yeah.
Now, Adash, here's the thing though. If Liverpool cheats,
what do you mean?
so for me, it's all dependent on how they win. If you guys cheat, then
HH, you invented the gate. You invented the gate. So.
No. Adash, you got to win fair and square. No cheating, nothing to do with VAR. Because that's Carabao Cup. I'm sorry, I don't accept that. I don't accept that L. I don't accept that loss. Sorry. Variant 2.0 half up from the future. What? Save HH. Don't watch the May 14th final. # mental health, mental lob. Now, let's pray that this variance is a full gaze, because if you're saying that don't watch, that means you're saying that Chelsea are going to get lubricated or test tubed. Now, if Chelsea gets shellacked, bro, then I mean, those loan papers will have to be reviewed very carefully. Josh Byrne, thank you for the dot, Josh Byrne. Actually, don't let Liverpool beat you twice and uncrown you on that CL final. That would be peak. I'll hold that on you, so don't let it happen. Josh. Hashtag May 40. Hashtag May 40. We'll see what will happen. Josh, may the best team win. Just please, Josh, all I ask of you is don't cheat. That's all I ask. That's it. Just please don't cheat. Please don't cheat, and we're all good. We're all Gucci. Mo, I'm depressed. Help. Don't be depressed. You told me that Arsenal are amazing and Arsenal are back, and that Arsenal are going to. I said, bring on Bayern. You said, bring me Bayern and bring me Madrid in the UCL. That's what you said. So, Mo, your bomber-ass team better finish top 4. All right, thank you. LC. If Mount scores, H has to submit to the Queen. Never, hell no, never happen. Mount, please do score, and I will give you your credits as a try.
Yeah, score and go.
No, HH. On behalf of the Mount force, we will not accept any apology, your credit, or any praise regarding Mason Mount.
He works hard. I appreciate a guy that gives effort and works hard.
Oh my God.
He does.
So working hard has got him. So wait, hold up, HH. So working hard has got him double-digit goals and assists this season.
Yes, which is good.
Cool. Just working hard, not ability, not shooting technique, not ability to score from outside.
He tries hard. He gives an effort, and he always does the right things. I don't know what else to say.
Whatever you say, bro. But HH, because Kai Havertz, who you said last season was going to be starting ahead of Mason Mount, going to be more important to Chelsea in winning trophies because he aesthetically looks better on the ball. He's better than Mason Mount, right? Because he looks better on the ball.
Who scored the UCL final winning goal? Who scored the winning goal?
Who got the assist? 40 yards.
You assisted it.
40 yards.
You put it on a plate.
My 9-year-old cousin couldn't make a last pass.
Lies.
It was open as his opponent. And who had to dribble past the keeper? Havertz had to dribble past the freaking keeper as well. So,
bro,
that's what I'm saying.
He didn't dribble past the keeper. Watch the footage. He kicked it out for a goal kick and it hit Edison and it stayed on the pitch. Mason Mount is more important than Kai Havertz to this team.
Sauron Tesiba. We will smoke Liverpool 3-0
I agree,
on Saturday.
I agree.
No, relax. No, relax. Sauron, just be humble. Please be humble. From Chelsea, if you manage to win, I want an apology for the abuse from the Liverpool fans. Also, that's offside Lukaku goal against LFC was onside. He will score.
100%.
Hassan, if we beat you, will you turn up for the post-match?
Oh, yes. I'm a man of my word. I'll turn up. And if we beat you, don't run. You best do a hangout.
No. I'll be here. But if you cheat, I will mention you cheated. So, Hassan, just win clean. Don't cheat.
You don't cheat as well then. Don't cheat in the final.
Chelsea, no. Hassan.
When did we cheat?
I'm just saying, don't cheat. Whoa. Just don't cheat in this
Hassan,
final.
we are the recipients of cheating. That's the whole point. We are the guys who are always on the receiving end of cheating. Z. Imagine if Mane scores and wins both the FA and UCL.
That'll be a good send-off. It'll be a good send-off.
Hassan, don't say that. Hassan, he's
send-off where?
Hassan, you're such a pessimist.
I'm not a pessimist, but it's been
staying. It's not like
I'm gonna shed it to HH. I'm gonna shed it to him, man.
Oh, give me a break.
HH, can I ask forward the question quickly?
Real quick, go for it.
I just want to ask, Lukaku, he's only 2 goals in the league away from double digits. Does that mean he's had a good season?
No, because fans like myself expected him to be in a golden boot race. So no, it's not been a good season by many metrics. He's underperformed. He's not been as multifaceted as he said. Having said that, Tuchel hasn't got the best out of him and neither of the players around him. But a lot of that can be remedied by dunking on Liverpool. So hopefully it turns up tomorrow.
So we hope for. Let's now start with the first piece here. Fabinho for me. So Hassan, I want to come to you because I know you're going to give us that real talk, man. And it's very simple. How much is this going to affect Liverpool not having Fabinho in midfield, and how well do you think Chelsea can exploit this loss? Because Hassan, I'm seeking all the weak spots because I need this cup. So talk to me. For me, how much are you going to miss him?
Listen, man, Fabinho will be a big loss, man. Big loss. He's pivotal to this Liverpool team. But recently, I can't lie. Recently, a couple of games have been off. They've been off the last couple of games. But he'll be a big miss, man. He'll be a big miss. The way he tackles, the way he reads the game.
So who's going to be the 3 in midfield then?
Thiago, Henderson will be the 6, and Naby Keita. That'll be a midfield 3. Henderson will play the 6, which is I'm all right with it. It's not great, but Henderson has played the 6 a couple of times, which is all right. It's all right when you dominate the ball, but Fabinho just reads the game a lot better, and he's tackling his quality, and he just reads the danger a lot better than Henderson. But as long as we've got Thiago and Naby in there, I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right in midfield. But Fabinho's a big miss. He's a big miss, man.
Look, Ford, man, can we exploit these charlatans, man, with Fabinho not in midfield? Or do you think that Liverpool are too good that it would not be that big of a loss? Or do you think this could be key? Because that's also you just wish that Kovacic was fit for this freaking game, man.
He will play.
He's fit, isn't it?
It's looking like Kovacic might be fit. It looked like maybe they were just exaggerating the injury. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to be 100%. Clearly not, but I think Tuchel will risk them. So, and again, we've got nothing else really to play for. Top 4 sewn up. We obviously.
Are you sure?
It's done. It's time for us.
I'm sure, Ralph. I'm sure Arsenal are bottle jobs, and they're probably going to lose to Newcastle on Monday. Anyways, with that being said, look, HH, do you want the truth?
Please. The truth will set me
If I'm-
free.
If I'm being honest, look, Fabinho's a really good DM. Like, don't get it twisted. He's a really good DM, but is he actually injured or did he just duck the fade? Because I mean, bro, the last couple
What?
times he's played Chelsea and he's played Kovacic, he's got manhandled, bro. I can't even lie. Like Kovacic took him to school at Stamford Bridge, and Kovacic again was better than him at Wembley. So I mean,
Kovacic
is he
is centre
actually
midfield, he's
injured?
a DM. So
No, Kovacic ran the midfield, bro. If you watch the Stamford Bridge game, Kovacic was taken off of him, spilling off
Milner
in the
Henderson
midfield.
tax, Milner Henderson
He
tax.
destroyed it.
You know what?
I mean, yeah,
It's funny.
yeah,
It's
that-
funny you
that
say
was
that
an issue.
because the way he went down against Aston Villa, it looked kind of fishy, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. It looked kind of fishy, bro.
Guys, this,
So he
come on,
took a
this is
dive.
beyond the conspiracy. So wait, so Ford, he's dodging an FA Cup final.
I guess Mount, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
Mount. We'll see.
Maybe he's dodging Kovacic. Maybe he is. But listen, one thing I will just say because it did just come to my mind, and I mean this player is brilliant, and it is Thiago Alcantara. I mean,
Yes.
he obviously missed out on the Carabao Cup final. I think he pulled his hamstring
In the
or
warm-up,
something in
yeah.
the warm up, and obviously he was in pretty good form then, but he wasn't getting a lot of recognition for it. But in the last few months, I think everybody's just realised that this guy's a baller, and he's obviously had some big performances in big games against Man United. I thought he was by far Liverpool's best midfielder at the Etihad. They did struggle him, but he showed that he was up to that level. He's also put in some big performances in the Champions League, and that guy is a problem because he will pick the passes through our midfield, find the players in between the pockets, and he will release Diaz and Mane early in 1v1 position. So I'm worried about Thiago. I'm obviously worried about Diaz against potentially Aspilicueta. Worried about Mane, of course. That guy on the right wing, I mean, him I don't really care about.
Relax, Forward, relax.
Relax.
But yeah, no, Liverpool got a lot of threats, and
You
even
see this?
without Fabinho, I think they still got a
Forward. Don't say because that can just come out to haunt you, man. Remember, Forward. Remember, I told you. Let's just.
No, Forward, I agree, man.
He could score a tap in, but at the same time, bro, the guy's got He's got 2 open play goals since January, bro.
Yeah, he's finished.
7 goals in the last 27 games.
Forward, and this final is just the game in which Salah is here and he's now back. He now says, "What's up?" A guy that scores those high amounts of goals. For you can't disrespect the dude. I'm sorry, you can't. You can try, but
he could. But I'm not waiting on it. You know what it is? Like, I hope he does have a good game. I'm not saying I hope he wins or he scores or anything, but for his sake, I hope he does because he's been talking a lot of Greece lately. Talking about I'm the best player in the world in my position. Oh, I hope we see Madrid in the final so we can get our revenge. Bro,
he's got to back that thing up. He's got to back that thing up, man.
You got to back out that talk, man. Because in this game, chat shit, you get banged. And hoping Rudiger gives us a nice little present and elbows him in the face like he did KDB.
So the Ford thing. So the Fabinho thing, not a major tactical thing that I think Tuchel can exploit. Liverpool will be able to sort of supersede that loss. Because my thing is, if Kovacic is fit, I like that midfield battle. That midfield battle with Kovacic and no Fabinho, I'm liking Chelsea's chances and Chelsea in transition.
We need Kante to turn up.
Kante has been a bit iffy for Chelsea last few games, though.
But you know, HH, you do remember Thiago? He never played the last final. You know that. So you never know. Like,
he had to play against Chelsea.
Just discussed it.
Yeah. So HH, you never know. Like, if they roll you over this time, HH, like we might have to start putting some more respect on his name because he would be the key man who's not played against Chelsea. You feel me?
Wait, who?
Thiago. You saw he was crying in the last one. He was injured. You feel me? So if he turns up tomorrow, like I think for Liverpool tomorrow, HH, I think they're gonna be up for it because they don't want another 120 minutes under their belts. HH, they can't afford because they play again on Tuesday, right?
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton away. Yeah,
they can't afford 120 minutes. They can't afford it.
Abdul, if we have to go to deep waters, we have to go to deep waters.
Yeah, I know, but I think Klopp is gonna tell them make sure this game is over by 9 minutes. by 90 minutes, HH, because
Wait,
if
wait,
this
Abdul, you can't do that in a final. It is what it is. See, you could do that against Norwich on a Wednesday night or Saturday in an FA Cup final and so forth. You can say, oh no, and it's because see, Abdul, if you do that and Liverpool fully come out, you want to now go full Goalkeeper because you're desperate to win it in 90, then Chelsea will have easy pickings on the counter in transition. Come home, baby.
Yep.
Come on home. Come
Yeah,
on
yeah,
home.
but HH, honestly,
Yeah, I'm
personally,
terrified of
I
Matt,
don't
man. I'm
think,
terrified.
I don't
yeah.
think I think the quadruple dream is over, HH. I don't even think they care that much about the FA Cup.
No, Abdul,
No,
that's
no, no,
done.
no, Abdul,
Quadruple
stop it. No,
done,
no, no.
quadruple done.
Abdul, don't you dare mess my narrative. Don't you dare. I told you, my narratives are lovely. Leave my narratives alone. I want Chelsea to be the definitive mathematical end to the quadruple. That's what I want it to be. Because it is mathematically possible. It is mathematically possible. But I wanted that it was Chelsea. It was those guys in blue that ended that freaking bomb-ass dream.
Wait, HH.
Yes,
So
Seamus, what was your
in terms of the Fabinho missing,
Yes, sir.
do you feel like if Henderson plays a 6, and you're asking him to sit back the whole time, which he's usually better off marking off the space that Trent leaves? I'm wondering, like, if you do that tactically, will that mean that Trent ends up playing more of a defensive role like he did against Man City? So it's a matter of how much power they're going to have the flank if you have Henderson on the 6th position with center defensive midfield.
But see, my thing is that first of all, I think that Henderson is still okay, but he's not as effective as he was like years ago, specifically during that UCL win or that league win. And Henderson doesn't do as good a job as Fabinho does. He can still do a job, but not as much as Fabinho.
So don't you think they would be more cautious if they're putting Henderson as a 6? They'd probably tell Trent not to go far because we don't have another midfielder that can also track back for you.
Ziman, if Klopp is smart, that's why I don't know what Abdul was spoken in terms of anything 90. If Klopp is smart, he will know that we have to play a bit much more of a measured kind of a game. Because he will know that if you allow these guys in transition, they can hurt us in ways that City. Remember, City are pass merchants, so City aren't guys who are super direct on the counter. But for Chelsea don't have to exploit that space, hit that space, and save also because Zeman. See, this is the key thing. Hanson, this is the key thing. This is a game made for the sick, not Pulisic. The sick, but I just don't know whether the sick can show because, bro, in transition, this is what the sick is about. Because he's direct and he's piercing. That's the kind of player that you want. So, to Ralph's point, do you know who this game hinges on? Knowing how Liverpool play, and if we want to talk tactics now, the sick.
Mount.
Nah, I say if Kovacic doesn't play HS, I mean, he's gonna get the ball to the set.
But don't you think?
No. Kovacic is his keeper, but has in terms of a player who can really hurt you based on how Liverpool play with the highlight and try to look for the offside trap. It's a sick, but the issue is that the sick hasn't shown up for freaking months. That's the problem.
Wouldn't you be more reliant on Mason Mount, considering that he's shown up more than the sick in terms of transitional play?
No, Bozima. No. Yeah, listen what I'm saying. You're looking at player profile here in terms of how a guy plays. Of course, Mount is important, but Mount isn't quick, Mount isn't direct, and Mount isn't as fast as Pulisic is. In transition, what is the key thing in transition? Direct, quick, fast acceleration. So the thing with sick though is if let's say Chelsea win the ball in a very good area and Liverpool are, oh shit, we're actually quite high up. You now need to now put that ball over the top. I now need speed to now exploit and attack that space that Liverpool will leave. So that is where a sick comes in. But Zeman, the issue is that this guy's freaking brainless. And this guy has just engaged his brain in freaking months. So the likelihood of a sick showing up is very unlikely because this guy has been a freaking moron for 4 months.
Yeah, but
so can I piggyback off that HH? Just because, like, for me, like, it's a good point that you make. I mean, for me, I don't think any Chelsea player right now is at a level where you can say we're banking on them, that it hinges on them that we're going to win the game, like a Drogba in 2012 or Frank Lampard in his prime. It's not the case, or Zola Hazard in the prime. It's not the case. But yeah, I think you do make a good point about the fact that Pulisic's strengths do lend to playing on a counter attack. Obviously, against that side where it is Trent, who obviously we know is weaker defensively, and he can be got at. So I do completely agree there, and yeah, I think with the right, if we catch them on the counter.
But Ford, how likely is it that? How likely will that player show up? that's Pulisic show up. That's my issue. What is the likelihood that that player will show up? Because I don't have faith with that player showing up. If he shows up, Liverpool are in serious trouble. But I don't have faith in this guy showing up.
Wait. If you're,
I mean, it's been a while since obviously the lock. So just one thing quickly on this, because I did want to bring it up earlier, which is that obviously it's been a while since we've seen lockdown Pulisic, where he obviously had an amazing 4 or 5 months, and we hasn't really seen him have great form since. But he is, for him, in relatively good form in the last 2 games. Again, he had a pretty good game against Wolves, assisted Lukaku's second goal, and he was pretty good, I'd say. And then obviously against Leeds, I thought he had a very good game, and obviously scored his goal. So I think confidence is relatively up. I think he's also quite buoyed by what happened recently in the media, with obviously his dad speaking out saying that he's unhappy. Tuchel obviously responded in the media, and I think he's been given a chance off the back of that to see what can you do with it. And he's had a couple of decent games, and I feel like he's going to see this as his moment to either put himself in the shop window for another team to pick him up, or to prove to Tuchel that, you know what, I can be the guy, I can be that man, the number 10 for this team.
What's the chance the guy starts anyway? I think you'll start Werner, to be fair.
I just wait for
I think 100%. Just quickly on this, sorry, just to quickly answer that question, sorry. I think 100% front three will be Pulisic, Lukaku, Mount. 100%. Werner can't touch that pitch.
For me, it's like if you're depending on players in transitions, wouldn't you go for a Kyle Havertz who's better in terms of just linking plays to your front line, or someone like Timo Werner who's faster than Lukaku, and you have to beat the offside trap that
Werner can't play striker. You need to play off the striker.
No, it's because if you guys want to go in transitions, I'm not sure that. I don't know. I don't think that Chelsea are going to cater to Lukaku's strength in that manner. I don't know if he'll be able to show up in that type of game. He's more of like a substitute you can rely on when everyone's tired. I'm not sure he would fit into the build of that tactical situation that Chelsea are going to try to implement.
Yeah. For me, if Lukaku starts,
Hassan.
Yeah, listen. If Lukaku starts, you need a front three who can press. Lukaku's not really a presser. And Pulisic is not really a pressing player like Werner. You can afford one guy that doesn't press. 2 guys, I mean.
No, but Hassan, let me. If let's say Pulisic starts, how worried do you think Liverpool would be? Or they'd be like, F this American loser.
I'm always worried about our right hand side because Trent and that space he's behind. But Pulisic, I know Pulisic always turns up against Liverpool, so I should be worried about Pulisic. I don't know, man. I'll be more worried than Werner. Let's just say that, I'll be more worried than because Werner has pace, but his brain is
just speed. That's all Werner is bringing is just speed, and that's it.
Can I say something quickly, bro?
Yeah, go for it.
For me, because I'm kind of confused, why Alisson, he hasn't played the last 2 games against Chelsea, because he didn't play the final. He played the blonde guy.
Oh no. I think at Stamford Bridge, I think he was either injured or it was the Copa America. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but in the final as well, in the
League Cup was Kelleher played the whole League Cup. Klopp says we're going to play the final.
Yeah. So is Alisson going to play tomorrow?
Oh yeah, he played the FA Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Alisson, you might see a different Liverpool performance if Alisson plays HH, because let's be honest, Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world alongside Courtois, and you saw against, and bro, let's be honest, when Alisson is playing, the defense in itself, it's more solid because they have more belief and confidence in Alisson being the sweeper keeper that can cover the space in between the space between the goal and the defense, of course. So I think, bro, if Alisson plays tomorrow, you might see a different Liverpool compared to the final. Because, bro, Alisson, HH, don't sleep at Alisson, bro, because this guy, he comes big. He comes up big in one-on-one.
No. He makes excuses. Wait, Hassan, what do you want to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, Alisson, he's good, but Kelleher didn't do bad in the final. Kelleher was actually decent in the League Cup final for, I guess, Chelsea. But Alisson will be a big, especially the way we play at the back, Alisson will be a big boost.
Is he a sweeper, though? Is he a sweeper?
No. But I'm just saying, he had a good League Cup run. But, Alisson, 1v1s, playing at the back, commands Eric. Alisson's, he's up there, man. He's up there.
Let me take some notes before we move to our next thingy, because I want to talk about Luke. Casey says, Chelsea... No, I'll get wrong. Don't worry. He said Chelsea does have a better midfield, bar Thiago. Well, it depends if coach plays.
Who's in Chelsea's midfield? Kovacic,
and they play 2, we play 3, so I don't know.
You see, that's my thing is that Loke on form and Kovacic. Oh, I'm taking Chelsea's midfield. But when last have we seen Loke? It's been a while since we've seen Loke. That's the issue. Detroit Rock City. My name is H. I don't know who LL is. HH. I'm rooting for you guys. Enough with this quadruple. Detroit's. We have a mission. We have a mission, and Detroit will try everything in our power to try and fulfill this mission. Don't worry, we're going to try everything in our power, man. Smarty says, domino effect. Mane, Bayern, Lever to Barca, De Jong to United. The De Jong to United thing, that isn't as concrete as we think. Lever to Barca looks pretty real.
It's happening. It's happening.
Let's see. And also, Mane isn't going to Bayern, though. That's
No,
not.
yes. It's sad, man. It's sad.
No, it's not. Liverpool in there. Krish, Liverpool don't have to cheat to beat you.
Facts,
Then
Explain all five. Explain all five.
Then what happened? That VAR call.
What happened to 05? I don't know what happened. What happened?
Chelsea fans hold on to everything.
Yeah, man.
I swear.
Oh, wow.
Man, it's ironic, isn't it? It's ironic.
That's a Barcelona fan talking.
Oh,
it's
man,
just
these
facts.
guys hold on to everything, man.
It's just
Forward allow
facts.
him, bro. Forward allows him, man.
Wow, man.
Hold on.
These guys hold on to everything, man.
Betty Oz says, I'm still due to host a stream if Arsenal make top 4, and I'll have to thank Charity FC for giving us life and HH for keeping on jinxing sports. Betsy, correct me if I'm wrong, but you held 3, and Rob Holden literally puts a freaking wrestling move on your boy. Betsy, I am begging you, please win these last two games, because if Arsenal, upon everything and all the talk, don't get top 4, woo-wee.
Bro, remember the Champions League videos, bro.
Oh, man. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. David C. on loan at Real Madrid. Liverpool should drop the Premier League and move to the Paralympics. There will be no quads after this game.
David T, you're on loan, bro. You're on loan.
And remember, he's on loan from Man United. So,
Yeah,
David C, you should tell us who you're on loan from so we can actually clown you. So that's David C. on loan at Real Madrid from Man United.
Yeah.
Bro. David C, get back to your bombers.
what about your club, bro?
So guys, have you heard? Cristiano
De Jong
is
is coming,
staying.
man. De Jong.
Yeah, he's
Cristiano is going to play against Siberia United in the Europa
AK,
League
did you
next
see? He thinks they can win titles next year. AK.
Yeah, you see.
He thinks they can win. He thinks they can win the Premier League next season.
Okay,
AK.
Abdul,
It's trying to get confident.
my goats over all others. Where are you? Mo says, HH, we can still beat Larsa in the
This guy's on crack.
Wait, do you have like split spec?
No. 06 is real, HH. 06 is real for this
But my
dude.
thing, but Z-man, qualify first.
Yeah,
Qualify, then you can talk. Please
But,
qualify first.
These super chats are gonna be embarrassing if you don't qualify for Champions League, man.
Bro. Jack Wolf, HH, Alex Iwobi's dad has a better than you. Okay.
Why are you really so slow?
Philip, thank you for the dog, Philip. HH, off topic, but imagine if Lewandowski follows Haaland to England and joins Liverpool. It would be amazing for the league. Haaland versus Liver again.
Come Lewandowski, we want you.
Liverpool don't play with a number 9 like that, bro.
No.
I'll take Lewandowski.
Lewandowski can operate the way that Firmino operates. Lewandowski is not a classical number 9. Bro, when we saw Lewandowski under Klopp, that was how he was utilized, the way that he utilized Firmino.
Yeah, but you do know he's like 35 now. He doesn't have legs.
No. Liverpool, he's not going to Liverpool, but he's going to. Like, Barca looks more believable than thing. And also,
Easy.
Philip, let Haaland first fit into the
he's
EPL.
coming
Don't
to
just assume that
Todd
Haaland is going to hit the ground running.
Todd B's calling him. Todd B's
Tad B.
Gave him a nickname.
Tad B, man. Tad B, bro. Okay, guys, let's talk about this dude now. I don't want to come to Abdullahi now with this right now. So, this yes. Let me first bring so. So I would like talk to me, man. How much pressure is this man under Lukaku to perform? It's a final. It's been a tough season. First of all, do you start him? And second of all, how much pressure is he under to give Chelsea at least something? What has been a failure of a season?
Firstly, in the last two matches, Lukaku has kind of shown enough to warrant a start in terms of okay, I'm ready to start. It's difficult because Liverpool might play Van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate or Van Dijk and Matip. That for me does not work. Does not
Konate will start. Konate will start.
exactly, and that does not work with Romelu Lukaku because if you're gonna play Konate and Van Dijk, playing Lukaku for me is we already played 10 men already. It does not work at all because it does not press. So this is where Tuchel has to have a decision to make. Does he play Kai Havertz or does he play Lukaku and Kai Havertz together? Because if you're gonna play Lukaku and Kai Havertz together, that works. Because now you're telling Lukaku to be the main vocal point, Kai Havertz could be the roaming in between Van Dijk and Konate and could cause an issue for them. So it depends on what Tuchel wants to play. If I'm Tuchel, I will start Lukaku because he's on form. He has a point to prove. So I will play him because now he's on form. So Kai Havertz has not been in form recently. His form has been dipping down. So I would not play Kai Havertz because he's not been in form. But Lukaku has a point of proof and he wants to show the world. This is Romelu Lukaku. They spent that kind of money for. He wants to show the world. So if I'm Tuchel, I will play Lukaku. But now it depends on how fit, how ready the mentality and everything. Because we need to remember that everybody in Chelsea player remember the Carabao Cup. Even Tuchel even said it in his presser. No one forget the Carabao Cup, regardless of what club wants to do, formation and everything, tactics. Even if you bring Ronaldo and Messi, no one forget the Carabao Cup. So everybody remember it. So everybody in their mind, there's Avengers in their mind. Everybody knows. So club and Liverpool needs to be ready for tomorrow because it's gonna be a war, whether they like it or not. It's gonna be a war.
Okay.
So it all depends on Tuchel for me.
Forward, do you start Lukaku in this game? And how much pressure do you think Big Rom is under?
Yeah, I think he 100% has to start. I believe he will start. Again, like Abdullah said, he's in good form given his last two games. And also, you look at the form of Kai Havertz in recent weeks. It looks like his purple patch is over, which is a shame. German Zidane. But yeah, he's got to hold the bench, unfortunately. Same with Timo Werner, who's not been great either. I mean, he needs to leave the club.
Werner has never been great, so yeah.
I was trying to put it kindly, but I just remembered some of the misses and him shooting and it goes
the one he wants and how he wants to sabotage.
Scored in CR7.
It was a tap-in from one of the good games that Kai Havertz has had for Chelsea. But listen, look, Lukaku has to start. It will be Mason Mount alongside him. It will be Pulisic. And we're going to need a big game from a lot of players. Our two 40-year-old Spanish fullbacks are going to have to perform. It will probably be one of their last games for us, but they need to perform.
Thank God.
Well, you think Aspilicueta will start? Not Chalobah and Reece James?
For some reason, Tuchel doesn't trust Chalobah, and I don't get it. He's been giving him similar treatment that he gave to Tammy Abraham last season, which is quite strange to me. So unfortunately, I think he will start us because of his experience. And I think what he's been doing in recent weeks is that he's been quite aware of like the lack of pace in the backline when there's Aspilicueta next to Thiago Silva. So he'll play Reece James in the backline so that we have a protection against. Obviously, in recent weeks, it's been the likes of Pedro Neto or Daniel James, and obviously now it's going to be Diaz. I think he's going to play Reece James.
I much prefer that because Aspilicueta doesn't really look like
the wing back, which I hate.
You there, Forwards?
Ford, are you there?
Todd B is not having it, man.
Yeah, Todd's not having a stand-up.
Ford left. Ford, are you there? I think he left us, man. Copper, man, what would you say, Lukaku, man? How much pressure is he under, man?
Yeah, man, this is
roads do lead back to Lukaku.
Whoa. Welcome back.
Oh, Ford, we literally just lost you for like the last 30 seconds and then you just started to talk. So maybe refresh that and begin again. We completely lost you.
I was just rambling about the team, but listen, let's just talk about Lukaku, man. Listen, it's important that he performs because it's like it's been a bad season. Again, for many reasons that we won't get into, but it's been a bad season. But from what it looks like, he could be staying, and if he's going to stay, and we need something that the whole
so you
family
don't believe
can
that
get
stuff
behind.
from the agents? So you believe that all agent stuff is BS?
No, because agents talk. Agents always talk without the consent of the players. I think with him, it was actually the company that his agent works for, so it wasn't even specifically his agent speaking. So, listen, agents always talk, and I'm actually glad that he actually quieted those rumors and he did it. Like, I think he's been frustrated with the fact that he's had to keep silent because of everything that's happened. And obviously, his form has not been good, but he's coming in some decent form. So hopefully, he can turn up again. He's got to beat big game allegations. He's going to go up against Konate and Van Dijk, which is not going to be an easy pairing at all to go up against because they are, I think, perfect for dealing against good counter-attacking strikers, which is what Lukaku is. So it's a big game. He has to turn up, but for some reason, and maybe call me like an optimistic Chelsea fan or whatever, but
Ford, don't. I'm begging you, Ford, I'm begging you, please. Ford, just don't. Let's just get to May 14th. Ford, I am begging you, just relax.
How much for two piece? How much you saying for?
Okay, Cobham, take over. Ford, take over. Ford,
you know what?
just,
usually,
Ford.
HH, I don't listen to you, but on this one,
thank you,
Lukaku's in the flow.
Ford, thank you, bless you, Ford, bless you. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, this is a massive game for Lukaku. I think this might make or break his chances in the squad going forward. This is his redemption tour pretty much, and this is like his own version of the Champions League family because it's as important as it could be for his Chelsea career. Do I think he's going to turn up? It highly depends on whether Kovacic plays, because I think Kovacic and maybe Reece James are the only two people who seem to are likely to feed him the ball and likely to get the best out of him. Because man,
so
I really want him to do well.
So you would definitely start him, not off the bench. You would definitely start him in the game.
It depends on if Kovacic is fit. If Kovacic is not fit, then you
like Tuchel said, Kovacic and N'Golo Kante are gonna start tomorrow because both are not fit, but they will play tomorrow. I think he's gonna risk him to play. He said it in Espresso that both of them are not fit, but he will risk them to play tomorrow. But he has.
Would they start though?
Yeah, I think
he wouldn't start both at the same time. I think he'll start Jorginho or Kovacic.
Yeah, no. You can't start both.
I think
Then I'll probably I'll say Lukaku might have to be on the bench and just come on and just in the last, if it's 0-0, last 20 minutes to go, not a bad option.
Okay, so what's your attacking? Wait, hold on, come on. So what's your attacking unit then to start? Your starting attacking unit.
Oh man. The thing is, it's like I don't like any of these attacks. I don't. I like Mount. I like these players, but I don't like them in the front three at all. But
no. So give it to me. So what's your starting front three for this final to start the game?
I guess we have to start Pulisic because it's either him or Timo Werner at this point, and well.
So basically, Ziyech is basically a non-entity.
Oh shit! You see, there's so many bad players. There's so many bad players in this squad. I keep forgetting that they're still here. No, because does Ziyech even turn up in finals though? Because the last time he did in the FA Cup, he ghosted, didn't do much. I guess we're gonna have to go with Kai.
People doesn't trust him in the back three.
Does it fit into the Liverpool style of play though? Because Liverpool press really high. I don't think Ziyech some.
Wait. Eminence, are you underground or something?
Yeah, underwater.
The mic sounds like you're in a different realm, bro.
Wait, you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear, but you sound weak.
Yeah,
that's a bit better. That was a bit better now.
Oh, bro, I just woke up, bro. Sorry.
Oh. You woke up at wait, where are you?
Bro, I'm in Australia. I'm in Sydney, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
Australia. Okay, all right.
Yeah, HH, can I say something about Ron, bro?
Sure.
Boys,
Hold on. Abdul.
You know, it's funny because the last time this guy had a big game performance, Corona was only associated to beers, bro. You feel me? Like at least 3 years ago, bro. At least 3 years ago. HH, you know when you signed him, he was given the nickname SMR, bro. SMR. Or was it SGR? Small game Ron, bro. Small game Ron. And he's still small game Ron, bro. Like
another brick.
No, he was given to it when he was at Manchester United, to be fair.
No, even HH said like We just need him to start bad. You feel me?
Yeah, small games.
Wait, Abdul. Please tell me you're not on a highway while doing this hangout.
I am actually. I am.
Yes, he showed it before.
It's 10K, man. My doctor told me 10K.
10K what?
Just mind the traffic.
Wait, Abdul, what are you doing? What are you doing on the highway?
Oh, he's moving powder.
My doctor told me 10K.
He's moving powder, bro.
Abdul, you can make money in other ways, but you can't money.
He's moving powder.
This guy's a psycho.
Let me learn.
Okay, land.
Yeah. So but I'm so confident that if Rom starts tomorrow, you guys are getting Lara Crofton. I'm so confident, bro. Like, you cannot start this man because he's allergic to big games. Like, tell me when was the last time he scored a goal in a big game? Like, forward. Don't tell me palm oil, bro. Palm oil isn't a big game.
Palmeiras.
They're the biggest club in
Pride of
Brazil.
Brazil. Abdul, the pride of
Brazil. The thing is, if Abdul wants a serious answer to that, he actually is against, I believe, AC Milan, in the title race last season to secure. Yeah.
No. What about Arsenal? Your top 4 rivals in Arsenal.
That wasn't a big game. Arsenal are bottom of the league.
He scored an own goal in the Europa League final. That's a big game.
What about the Carabao Cup final?
Can I put something? I know. See, I have a feeling that this FA Cup is written in the sky for Romelu Lukaku to show the world. I think this is written for him because
I'm lying. Stop. No, stop. I stopped forward and I'm going to stop you. No, I stopped forward and I'm going to stop you. Don't jinx and mess anything.
I'm not jinxing
anything. Sorry, no, we're not doing that. Let's see what happens in the game, but I am not doing any of that crap of like, it's written and so forth. No, I stopped forward and I'm going to stop you. So that's what's happening. That crap ain't happening. Z-Man, what do Chelsea need to win this damn trophy and stop this quadri?
But they need
give me that game and a
They need a creative midfielder because he has Pulisic. You're relying on Pulisic to be the main guy, and he hasn't necessarily been on form, as you guys have said. You guys also need a striker. But listen, Lukaku is going into this on form. He scored 2 against Wolves. He scored 1 against Leeds. He's on form, and if he doesn't show up, the allegations are going to increase, man. This guy might have a RICO case at this point, man. The guy's case are increasing, bro. I don't think the judge is gonna let him slide, man. I don't think the judge is gonna let that dude slide, man, with these type of cases, bro. And here's the thing: this game is reliant on your forward to showing up, and he's your most on form forward. Kai Havertz is not. Timo Werner, you guys don't necessarily trust.
He's getting sold. It's getting sold.
So Lukaku, you're in great form. You're coming into this. Your club
Z-Man, he's had 2 good games.
Abdul, mute your mic and stay on the highway, man. Mute your damn mic, man.
Wait, but how's 2 good games good form?
Abdul,
no. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. These type of clubs, he bullied them. So, if anything, he's coming into this with confidence. So there's no excuses for him. I mean, the last thing you want is this guy to be like dropping 0 out of 10 and then complaining and talking about Inter all over again. So if anything, that's where I have a problem when it comes to Chelsea. I don't trust your forward line. I don't trust your creative midfielders. What you guys have. And Mason Mount is your most on form, but all of you guys seem to not trust him in terms of this type of game. So if anything, that's what's going to cost you guys. You guys might create chances, but then again, can Lukaku beat an offside trap? I mean, we saw that in the Capital One Cup, final.
Well, he did.
That was onside. That was
offside. Did you just call it the Capital One Cup?
Yeah, that was its original name, right?
No, it's League Cup.
Simon, why even mention the original name? No one gives a damn about the freaking original name, bro.
It was a Carling Cup original name, bro.
So
it's the League One Cup.
No, it's the Capital One Cup, man. What's in your wallet? So,
that was 2015, yeah.
So look, Eminence, man. What do you say, man? Lukaku, how much pressure is Lukaku on, man?
I'll be honest. I wouldn't start Lukaku this game, man. Seriously. I know he's had 2. He's had 2 good games. He's had 2 good games against Wolves and Leeds, but I wouldn't start him, man. I wouldn't start him because for me, Lukaku's easy to defend against. Like, it's very easy to defend against Lukaku. And I feel like Matip or Konate and Virgil defend against him really well. So I'll go with Pulisic, as brilliant as it is, Pulisic, Mount, and Havertz, front three. That's what I'll go with.
MNS, so you're telling me you paid
yeah?
Wait, MNS, so you paid 100 million British pounds for an attacker who's easy to defend against?
No, but we've seen this before in big games.
97.5.
No, we've seen this before in big games. Though. Lukaku's like the way he plays. I think it's easier for defenders to defend against him than against like people like Havertz might not score as and you might not be clinical.
Havertz has been great. Havertz has not been great, bro. He's not been great.
But HH, look at the Carabao Cup final. Look at how he played. He was really good. Or just that Pulisic and Mount were bricks. They couldn't finish off the chances that he created. So for me, I'm going with the same front three as Carabao Cup final.
Hassan.
And
okay. So
can I speak on the game as well?
Yeah. It's good.
So.
Oh my days, man! That's
That's a flop. That's
bro. That's a yellow card.
That's for Lukaku. Okay, so Hassan talks. Okay, what is the Liverpool front three that you're going with, and is Mane injured?
You know what's funny, HH? Before Kovacic got injured, you made a video saying, can Mane be injured for this game? Can you just pick up a little injury? And then what happens? Kovacic almost snaps his leg. So HH, you got to be careful with these little things.
But here's the thing though. Is it bad to wish a minor injury on a player so they miss a game? No. It's
not bad, but it can come, man. It can come back to bite you in the arse. Come back.
Who's the front three? Who do we have to deal with on Saturday?
Of course, on the left is Eldaz on the left, El Dio up top, and John on the right. John on the right. That's my front three.
So that means Diaz is going to go up against Reece James, I take it?
Yeah, I think Reece James and El Dio up top, and Mo on the left, on the right, innit? Mo on the right. That's our best front three for me. I'm just happy if you guys play Reece James right centre back. I'm more happy than because Aspilicueta right wing back ain't do nothing, and if you play Aspilicueta right centre back, Eldaz will cook him. So for me, it's a win-win.
We're playing Chalobah.
I mean, forward said you're gonna start Reece James right centre back. So for me, if you start Reece James with Aspilicueta, it's a win-win because you either lose that on attack or you lose that in defence.
Well, you can play Loftus-Cheek on the right wing.
Loftus-Cheek against Daz.
And Track and Robertson left for cheek.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, but listen,
he done good against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu at wing back.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't pass
option.
Forward. This is Daz, man. This is Daz.
Yes, Daz.
Yeah, but it was Vinicius Junior at the Bernabeu.
Forward.
It's not much different.
Vinny
really.
is hot and cold. Vinny is a hot and cold player. See, basically, who will you rely upon to consistently give you a game? Vinny or Daz? Vinny can give you either a 10 or a 4.
How many goals has Daz scored?
This season is Vinicius Junior.
No,
Vinicius Junior's got 30 goals this season. He's got 30 GA this season.
Yeah,
Diaz is cool. Diaz is great. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Diaz is great. Don't get me wrong. But Vinicius Junior is better season.
I'm not talking just about. Again, I'm talking about performance and how much issues are you going to cause the defender. And say with Vinny can either give you a 10 or he can give you a 4. But Daz, as we've seen, is going to give you 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8.
I mean, to be fair, Vinny's been inconsistent this year.
Diaz has had a few stinkers as well. I mean, look, Diaz is very
stinkers.
He's had a few games where he's been a bit.
I've never seen a stinker from Diaz, bro.
Yeah, he's had quiet games, not stinkers.
Okay. I'll reword that. He's had games where he's not as effective. He's had games where he's not as effective. Where he's like. But he's people left, right, center. He's had games like that where he's not been.
This game, man. This game's coming at the perfect time. El Dio, man. This is a big game. I expect El Dio to show up, man. El Dio to show up. And for me,
can I ask you a question, bro? Can I ask you a question, like quickly, HH? Are you?
Wait. Let Hassan. Abdul. Hassan.
And listen, for me, I would much prefer you start Bukaku, man. I would much prefer you start Bukaku up top, because listen. That's baby food for Konate and Virgil. That's baby food right there, man. That's baby food. And for me, Havertz. I know Havertz.
Lukaku's. What the hell?
Search up Bukaki. You know it is. Bro. Search
No,
up
no, no,
Bukaki.
I know what it
Easy,
is, but why are you
easy,
saying
don't. No,
you can't
Hassan,
say-
Hassan,
easy,
don't.
Hassan,
Okay,
easy.
yeah.
Hassan, let's continue. Hassan,
Look,
continue.
Okay, yeah,
don't
and-
you dare. Don't do it, man.
Listen, I say I know Havertz is out of form and stuff, but Havertz caused us a lot of problems. The teams that we struggled against the most this season was Brighton and City, and they both play with a false nine because marking. Listen, a false nine is you don't know who to mark because
Yeah,
players just
yeah.
interchange and they make runs from midfield, which is a lot harder to mark than just an actual number 9 who's back to goal. And listen,
Thank you.
we know what happens when you get Lukaku in a transition. He leaves the ball behind him. He'll give out possession. So I would
The
much rather.
leftovers, man.
Yeah,
Zeman,
I would much
shut up.
rather start Lukaku, man. He'll just give the ball straight back to us, man.
Well, can I just say that after you saying all that, if Lukaku does turn up, there is there is blood on your
Alright,
hands.
forward, relax.
That's a lot.
relax,
That's a lot.
relax,
Of
Forward,
man.
don't
That's a lot.
Step
Of
away
crap.
from beating his
Forward,
case,
relax,
man.
relax.
If he
Forward,
shows up.
No, look, Hassan, you are right because as much as I would love for a Lukaku moment, Lukaku isn't made for this kind of game, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. He's not made for this kind of game against this kind of opposition and how they play. So it's like, I mean, do you bench him or do
gonna
you
back
start
him.
him?
Hitchens. I'll be honest.
Let me go on
Hitchens,
mute
I
before
feel-
I say something.
Okay, Hitchens. Can you hear me?
Yes, go for it. Yes.
Yeah, Hitchens. You know what? I actually feel like this game could go extra time.
Like the
Like,
Carabao Cup,
actually-
I wouldn't be
very
surprised.
easily.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised.
Yeah.
and I have a feeling, but I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it. Don't
Well,
say it.
Havertz
I'm
will
not
come on
gonna
extra
say
time
it.
and win the
Don't say
game.
it.
Yeah,
Don't say
yeah.
it.
Nah, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want
Don't
to
say it.
jinx it. I
Don't
don't
say
want to jinx
it.
it.
Yeah, don't jinx.
Yeah.
Okay, Hartsy Momo.
Hey,
Hey,
I was
Chicha.
gonna ask a question, bro.
Oh, okay. Ask for it. Go. Ask.
Yeah, like, are you a believer in stats? Are you believe in stats?
Not really.
No,
Only one
because,
wants to be.
because Chelsea, they haven't lost a game this season with Saul on the pitch.
Hartsy Momo. Thank you for the Hartsy Momo. Hey, Chicha, are you going to do a hangout for K Dot mid? Probably, yeah.
Bro,
Probably.
I
Again,
haven't listened
On
to
Monday.
it. Is it? I'm about to listen to it today.
so I'm not a fan, man. Look, again, that's just my viewpoint. If you can listen to this, but for me, his weakest album.
Really?
No. But here's the thing, though. It's just my viewpoint. That's it. Also, I watched that everywhere, everything
Yeah,
at once.
tell me isn't good.
See, man,
Tell me
it's-
isn't good.
That's one of the wildest things I've ever seen, man. I don't even know what to make of this, but I've got to first condense it. But
I need your reaction.
All
H.
right.
I need your reaction to that, man.
Dajo RF, thank you for the dub. HH, if Chelsea don't win, Real Madrid are taking RG as well. You'll better perform. Hashtag want Zad back. Now, Dajo, I do want Zad back, but you are not getting Rhys James. Rhys James is the face and future of Chelsea Football Club.
No, that's Mount. That's Mount. So
No, it's not Mount. It's Rhys James. Rhys James is the face and
go
future
check the Chelsea shops.
of Chelsea
Hitchens.
Football.
Go check the Chelsea shops. You see me.
That's closed.
Hassan, do you think I give a damn what's on that Bournemouth mega store? The face and future of this club is Cobham's finest, Rhys James.
Hey,
So,
what about if Todd B cashes in on him, bro?
Mo, thank you for the dog, Mo. HH, I will be all night for Chelsea to lose.
Such a hater, man. What the hell?
I know it's his hating, but it is what it is. man.
Hitchens, can I ask you a question?
Hold on. Casey says, AC Milan, seriously? Chiro scored 150 goals in Serie.
Can we
That's
talk about
tweets.
Immobile's goals?
No, they don't count. They don't
No,
count.
we're not talking about those goals, man. No. Don, since you just come in, what do you say for this game, Liverpool, Chelsea, man? What's your feeling?
I feel as if Liverpool will only win the Karibuki Cup.
Oh yeah. Done again.
Yeah. I've watched Liverpool's previous games and they haven't been looking too good. They've just edged those games because of much more inferior opponents. I think since the Villarreal game, they haven't done well. Even at Aston Villa, I feel like Villa could have gotten a draw. They had a better team. I think the key for this game is cover. If cover is fit, you win it. Because I watched both matches where cover played, even with Fabinho being there.
Mm-hmm.
It was more 50-50. And anyone could have won the game. So I think it'll be similar to us playing without a DM, just that they have a better attacking threat. So you will get more room. And Fabinho is not there to protect Thiago, because Thiago, as good as he is, he needs time on the board. And so, and then Kante, I don't know which Kante will turn up. We don't
We
even
need
know.
Don. We need low K. We need low K. We need low K.
Yeah.
Why do you jinx him, HH? Why do you give him nicknames? It's just-
Let's do scores and then.
Wait,
and
HH.
What?
Actually, before we go, I'm just saying I was gonna ask you. Do you think that? How do you think we're gonna nullify Thiago? Because for me, Thiago is gonna be key in this game as well. Like,
One of
That's
the midfielders
pressing.
has to take risks, man.
No. My thing about it, like, let Thiago do what he does. The key thing is as long as there's no penetration in the final third, and that's the key thing. And that's as long as there's no that's nothing gets exposed in the final third. Nothing gets exposed in the final third. So my thing is, it's all about transition play. So let's Alcantara do what he does. That back three tacks that becomes a back five is going to be key in ensuring that you don't allow
Back
any
eight,
space
yeah.
for really back five. But the
Eight,
key thing
yeah.
is the transition and attacking that freaking space and what Chelsea can do in the freaking basically Carabao Cup. Like, look at the amount of issues Chelsea caused Liverpool. So my thing is that I'm hoping the game goes exactly like the Carabao Cup, but this time, Mount, can you take your chances? Pulisic, can you take your chances, please? Please, Pulisic and Mount, can you please take your damn chances? Because we lost that game because of Pulisic and Mount. You do know that. We lost that game because
yeah,
of
of course, yes.
And the
Especially
referee,
Mount.
so-
Especially
I
Mount.
mean,
yeah.
HH, you will get chances against us. You will get chances, but I just
and
don't feel
Hassan,
like
these guys. Well, let's just pray that they take them. So let's now do scores predictions. Liverpool 2-1.
Oh, shut up, HH. Shut up.
Hassan score.
No, HH, shut up. Give us
Hassan
a real
score.
prediction.
Hassan's prediction.
Okay, give us the real prediction, HH. Don't give us the fake one.
Hassan, can you please give your score prediction, please?
Oh my days. Bro. Okay, I'll be a man and like this coward. This coward, man. We'll win 3-1. 3-1.
Forward score.
Just to answer an earlier point, the key to stopping Thiago was Mason Mount. Him being that third midfielder, staying tight to him, not giving him a chance to turn on the ball and then play forward passes. That's what Mason Mount's job is in the midfield. As for the scoreline, listen, man, these guys have let me down so many times in games. But at the same time, we also turn up a lot in big games. Yeah. And this will be 6 losses in a row in Wembley finals. If we lose
Nah, man.
Give me a score, man. Give me a score.
Listen, HH, after everything we've been through this season, we deserve to end with this trophy.
We deserve.
We don't deserve nothing.
Sometimes you don't get what you deserve. You know, you just get what you get.
True, man. I'm going to say Liverpool to lose 2-1.
Thank you. Yes, good.
I would like you. Give me a score.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Chelsea.
Ooh.
Wait, clean
Zima,
sheet? Clean sheet?
Talk to me.
At least he
Zima,
speaks with his chest. Abdullah speaks with his chest.
Zima,
All
talk
right,
to me.
for
Zima, talk
me,
to me.
it's gonna be a 3-1 Liverpool, man.
God. Oh, it says someone's Hassan.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Cobham, talk to me.
Since I jinxed Arsenal's prediction, I wanted them to lose. I'm gonna go 1-0 Chelsea.
Ooh.
And a very tight game.
Wait, so is this a 90 or extra time?
90.
Damn. Eminence,
And a
talk to me.
solid performance.
You know,
Eminence, talk to me.
HH, I believe in law of averages, man. HH, because if you look at the last 3 finals we played at Wembley, 2 of them were in the FA Cup, right? And we lost. Obviously, this season we lost in Carabao Cup final. So for me, no, wait, hang on. For me, yeah, I'm saying 2-1 extra time. Chelsea, 2-1 extra time. And the guy, I'm not gonna the winner.
Don't say.
I don't want to jinx it.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, 2-1
Talk
extra
to me.
time, Chelsea.
Jinxes don't exist, man.
Don't talk to me. Score.
3-2 Manchester Chelsea.
What?
Manchester Chelsea.
Okay, can you please
He's a
explain?
thing fan, so
No, we're supporting Chelsea today. So the blue side of Manchester is on your side, man.
wow. They beat you in the CL final point, and this is
something. And that's something.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
AJ, you know you offend me. You know that. Where's my apology?
All right.
Oh yeah, he predicted it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You're
where's the
right.
apology?
I'm giving you no
You're
apology.
100% right.
AJ, where's my apology?
10 man sacks. I'm
doing
giving you an apology.
Barcelona, Kylian,
I'm giving you
10-man
an apology.
sacks.
Man.
Sevilla,
No, 10 man sacks. Hell, but see, as soon as we down to 10 man, like the score doesn't matter. Like that game was a wash, man.
AJ, this
That
is
game was a
when you are
wash.
doing this. Okay.
Abla, look, mute your mic, man. Mute your mic. So, guys, now look, I'm so happy that your boy Don is here, man. Because I want to have a fair discussion about this, man. Actually, sorry. Before I do this, hold on. Let me just take some jobs because, like, Don, I'm so glad they're here because I want to have a real discussion here. But let me just take these jobs real quick.
About the UG. The UG. Are you gonna talk about the UG?
Hold up. Okay, yeah, let's do this right now. Now look, I feel that he deserves this. He does deserve this. You know, he does deserve this for all that he's done. But I think that we have to have a real convo. First of all, I want to now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully, I think there should be some. There are Muslims here. I think even Abdullahi. So Yaya can't have a statue because I think it's against the Islam faith to have a statue made of yourself.
Yes, we're worshipping idols.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously the yes, so obviously so again, so that's a non-entity. Look, he deserves it. Aguero deserves this statue because even if you look at beyond that goal, which is obviously what the statue is of, that iconic goal that won City their first thing, the amount of goals scored, he is 100%. When you look at like the best strikers in Premier League history, like Henry, Drogba, right? He's in there. He's amongst the best strikers that the Premier League has ever seen.
Yeah.
He's a UCL flop. And he has failed miserably in Europe. And I think that's for a guy of his talent, because I know how good this guy was coming from Atletico Madrid and so forth.
Yeah.
Yes, and I expected him to really be that linchpin to make City say what's up in the UCL, but he never did it that. So I think that, in my view, he slightly underachieved for someone of his talents. So he's the legend because he is City's greatest ever player and produced one of the greatest moments, not only for City, but in football history. But he underachieved for a man of his talents. So, Don, do you think that is a fair assessment of one Sergio Aguero? And talk about the statue.
I got one, guys. Peace.
Hassan, peace.
I think the context is important, right? Regarding, let's say, for example, to get a statue at Madrid, you'd have to do something in not just La Liga, but in Champions League as well because of their heritage, right? Because then you're an extraordinary player. If you just do it in La Liga, then many players have done that. Whereas with City, because they don't have European heritage, whatever you do domestic, right? Not that it gets amplified, but they'll put it on a larger scale because that's all they know, right? So in the context of the European powerhouses, they would look at him as a flop or a player underachieved. But for City, based on their history, this is one of the biggest stars they've ever had in the history, and rightfully so.
What about Paul Dickoff? Can he not get a
What about who?
No. Nobody.
Do you even know that?
No one does. So talk to me about Aguero, man.
What type of name is that?
I'm talking about. Please talk about Aguero. Talk about Aguero, man.
Is that Zima?
Ziman, Aguero. Talk about Aguero.
Yeah. I said you're going to talk about that. All right, man. You know, Aguero. That's a wild name.
No, it's true. It's an actual name.
No. It is. I actually remember when he played, but let's just move on from Dickoff.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. But yeah, man, I think Aguero deserves his statue because he was one of their marquee signings to winning that league. I remember that season. In his first game, he ended up scoring 4 goals for you guys. I think who was it against? Was it like Newcastle? Because I remember him all I remember was his assist where he cut it back and then he ended up assisting another player that I can't name right now, but this guy has been fantastic for Man City in terms of where they're at right now. He's going to be known as like that really initial signing in terms of just forwards that have impacted not only Man City but the EPL. So for me, this guy, yeah, if it's anybody that's that's a legend that whose career has ended. I mean, you could argue that there's current players in the team that will have their own statues, but just in terms of impact, and you talk about legacy, and you talk about the best of the best in the EPL, it has to be Aguero.
But did he underwhelm though? When you just look at it in the larger context beyond the Premier League, looking at the UCL, Champions League, legacy, and so forth, did he underwhelm based off his talents, or hey, he achieved what you think he should have achieved based on how good you think he was?
No, I think he's been underwhelming in terms of not only the Champions League but also in international play. I think he hasn't delivered for someone as talented as him.
Messi tax.
Don't do that. Aguero has flopped
in Argentina, the whole system is built around Messi.
Don't make me disrespect Aguero. Please don't make me disrespect Aguero. I don't want to disrespect him. I mean, Higuain starting ahead of you. It says a lot about your legacy internationally. But listen, man, I respect Aguero. He hasn't delivered internationally. He hasn't delivered in the Champions League, and then those are the things that you're going to be judge of just in terms of the modern game, in terms of impact on those big moments, those European nights, the international tournaments. But just in terms of what he is as a player to Man City, I think this is this is great for him, and if anybody deserves it, it's him, to be honest with you. But then again, man, I mean, Higuain, I'm not gonna say anything, but shout out to him, bro.
Don't say it, bro.
All right, I gotta leave, man. Peace.
All right, peace out, Ziman, peace out. So, Abdullah, what do you say about Aguero and his City legacy and him as a player?
Kun Aguero for me is one of the best in terms of.
Hello, Abdullah.
Damn.
God, okay. Look, Ford, please take over. Ford. All right, problem. Ford.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, that's
you're back.
Okay,
let him go first.
Okay, so I think for me, the best strikers in EPL is the best. People may say Thierry Henry, yes. I think Aguero has a legacy, and his legacy will always be there in Premier. But the issue we have with Aguero is in terms of the UCL, because if I want to put Aguero in terms of top 5, top 3 in EPL, I'm not gonna dispute that because he deserves that status. But in terms of Europe, Aguero in that caliber of player, no, that's gonna be a stretch because he hasn't performed to the level where we can say, okay, in Europe, he's done something that you can say, okay, Benzema, Lewa, Suarez, this caliber player have done in terms of Europe. Aguero hasn't done that much. Maybe people say because of.
So you're saying he's been underwhelming.
Yeah, no, he's maybe in UCL he's been like he hasn't showed more the Aguero we want to see, but in EPL he showed how good of a striker he is for me, and he's a legend.
Best striker in Premier League history?
For me, yeah, he's
better than Henry.
Yeah, I would say slightly better than Henry. Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Wow, that's a bit wild, man. That's a bit wild.
Yeah, slightly. For me,
that's crazy, man.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, you're one of the first people I've ever heard say that. Like, I've not even heard Man City fans say that. That's
in EPL.
That's wild.
And better than Drogba as a striker.
Relax.
Of course.
Who said that?
Relax.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly.
Because the problem with it is, see, if you look at Thierry Henry and Kun Aguero, both plays in different era, and when people compare in terms of how you score goals and the best, Henry has done it both in the UCL and both in EPL. So he has a far more legacy than Sergio Kun Aguero. But Aguero only did it in EPL only. No, he did it in Atletico Madrid.
But the weird thing though is that Abdullah is not so crazy in what he's saying because I've always looked at Henry as an amazing player, just as a footballer. Like Henry is a all-round better footballer than Aguero. But in terms of just striking, I trust Aguero much more as a striker than Henry. It's like Henry and Batistuta. Henry is a way better player than Batistuta, but Batistuta is a much better striker than in the sense of 1v1 tight angle. Are you going to get that shot to target? And I can score from that tight angle. I trust Aguero to say was to be more lethal as a striker than Henry is. Henry was just an amazing player who
he
could
is an
assist,
amazing
he could
player.
react, he could dribble, he had balance, so he was just an amazing talent. So just as of striking.
I agree with you, JJ.
Yeah,
You know what?
Exactly.
Oh,
As well,
Chelsea,
I
yeah.
think people may people may kind of. I agree with people when people bring out Thierry Henry. I'm not disputing that, but
No. Henry is the Premier League's best player of all time.
He
He's
is
the best player of all
he-
time
I
in
have no
Premier League
argument
history.
with that. But you can also have an argument and say like Aguero too is up there too in terms of that caliber of player. He's up there too.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. No. He's for me. He's one of the best strikers in the Premier League. He's nowhere close to top 10 players in Premier League. No, hell no, not even close.
Top 10 in Premier League only.
Yeah, in Premier League, no.
No.
In terms of no, he's not. He's not top 10 Premier League players of all time. No,
Wait, in terms of striker or just Premier League all time?
just player.
There's a difference between player and striker, man.
Yeah, like in terms of just as a
He's
footballer,
dropped by
as a
the-
player.
AJ.
Like, basically, as I've said, Henry is hands down, no arguments, the best player in Premier League history. Aguero is top 5, maybe even top 3 strikers in Premier League. He's not
I'm
top
asking-
10 player.
Is Drogba part of those top 10 players?
Drogba is more of a
I
striker.
wouldn't put I wouldn't.
I don't
Drogba
think
is top
So,
3 striker player.
so
No,
do
because
you-
because
I'm sure
if,
Hazard is
because
first or
remember,
second too.
if we look at players, we are looking at keepers, defenders, midfielders,
Yes.
wing, all sorts of players
Yeah.
through Premier League
Yeah,
history.
Yeah.
So
Who
Drogba
is
isn't
he?
top 10. Aguero isn't top
Who's
10.
your top 5?
Okay, so who's your top 10 and who's your top 5?
I'm sure Zad is somewhere there.
Wait. Top 5 players or top 5 strikers?
Players. I'm
Yes.
sure.
No.
Andre Hazard is there.
That
So
is
basically-
that is Beckham.
So basically, you have to have Cantona
Yeah.
has to be there.
Cantona, yes, I agree with that.
Henry is obviously there.
Yes.
Hazard has to
Poor
be there.
Hazard. Oh
Hazard
my
has
God.
to
I
be-
knew
Hazard
this
has
guy.
Hazard
I
has to
knew
be
it.
Hazard has
Dennis-
to be
there.
Dennis-
And you know what?
Actually,
Because I
that
rate
is
this
Beckham.
guy highly, man. I'd probably put in
Silva?
Rio Ferdinand, because Rio Ferdinand was a maverick as a defender, because he was one of the few footballing defenders of that time. This was way before play from the back. He was one of the few actual defenders who could actually play football. So I'd probably put Rio there.
That's
And-
cool.
Wait,
Five
Rio
squad,
ahead
you
of-
know.
Wait, hold
Ahead of-
up.
okay.
Hold up. You know what?
You know who 5 has to be,
Rooney.
HH. You know.
Rooney.
David Silva?
No, not David Silva. HH, you know
David
who it
Silva
has
is
to be.
actually one of our best
Well,
football players.
Yeah, but wait,
for me, I'm having. You know what? I've got to put Ashley. You know what? I've got to put Ashley Cole.
HH, what are you doing? HH, what are you doing?
I'm actually surprised he didn't put Dennis Beckham in there. I'm surprised
I'm
he
sure.
didn't put
No, see,
Beckham.
my
Beckham
toss-up
has to
was
be there.
my toss-up was Bergkamp.
How
and
about
Cole.
Vieira? Patrick Vieira.
Wait, guys, are we all going to just ignore Cristiano Ronaldo? Like, Ballon
Nah,
d'Or
nah,
winner
nah.
in the Premier
He's
League.
11.
Now here's the thing about
Come on.
Cristiano.
Let's not do
Too
this.
short of a time.
Yeah, but he has the same amount of.
It doesn't matter. Cantona had a short
Forget
time
all
as well
that,
in the
forget
Premier
the
League.
stats
That is
here. We're
cool.
talking about football.
Hazard. Oh, you mean at the top?
No. Okay, no. Cristiano has to be there. He has to be there. He
Has to be there.
Patrick
He has to be
Vieira.
there.
What about
Look,
Patrick?
He
okay, so wait, hold up.
three-peated the Prem.
So okay, look, my fight, because it's funny. He spent so long at you at Real Madrid. I always forget about United. Cristiano, I say Cristiano, Hazard, Rio,
Scholes.
Henry, and Scholes. So did I already say Rio?
You
Yeah.
said
I think I
Rio,
already said
right?
Rio, and yes, but then that's bro.
Wait,
I've got to put Beckham there, bro. Beckham.
Beckham was the best
Dennis
crosser.
Beckham was messed
Not-
up, man.
Oh, Dennis
Bro,
Beckham.
Beckham
yes.
is cold, bro. You have to put
No.
Beckham in there. It's cold,
Bro, forget that loser Beckham.
I said
Beckham.
Beckham. For Arsenal,
Bergkamp.
Bergkamp.
Yeah, Beckham. No.
Sorry, guys. So, look, you know what? I'm gonna evoke my eye testing. So, Cristiano, Bergkamp, Hazard,
Cantona.
Henry, and I'm gonna say for what he did for his position, I'm gonna say Rio. In terms of how he stood out as a defender.
So are you saying Rio over JT?
What about Ashley
JT,
Cole?
yeah.
No, overall, yeah. But the reason why I say Rio over JT is because they were both excellent defenders. But what put Rio ahead
But
was
Rio
was a quality
playing
footballer. You know,
He was a
so
better-
the guy was a damn good. Like he was a quality for footballer. Terry was just an outstanding defender.
Captain,
but Rio was an outstanding
captain.
defender and a footballer as well. So, and there was no defender like Rio. No, there was no one like Rio at the time. So, but back to the whole thing. It's like if now we're not talking strikers. Oh, Aguero, Drogba, Shearer. You see, Shearer is not top 10.
Goal scoring merchants. You're right.
Yeah, you see, so for me, Shearer, Drogba, Aguero, those are the top strikers Premier League history.
Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, I mean, no. In terms of just the out of goal scoring, not
inside the box. He was too cold inside the box.
Nistelrooy.
What about Van Persie?
I rate Van Nistelrooy better than
I rate Van Persie HH.
Is Van Persie top 5? Is Van Persie top 5?
I think it's behind Van
Nistelrooy. He's sniffing HH. He's sniffing top 5.
He's in the combo for sure.
At Liverpool.
But it's Dot Arsenal though. That's Dot, man. That team that he played with Arsenal.
Torres at Liverpool.
So he's but again, it's too small. It's a sample size. It's too small a sample size.
I think Chelsea messed up is Premier League.
How do you rate Hernan Crespo?
His peak was Parma and AC Milan, not Chelsea.
It was never Chelsea. Never.
No, but Chelsea was when he was in decline. Like peak Crespo was Parma and AC Milan. That was his peak, and even then, I didn't rate him that highly. He was a very good striker, but I never rated Crespo that highly. Okay. And if I want to be real, bro, a lot of people said that Chiesa was probably the better striker at Parma, but for some reason Crespo got the move instead of Chiesa. So, yeah.
What about Suarez's time at Liverpool?
Now here's
too short. But
here's what
how big should be the goal sample?
Here's the thing. Shots on everything. He's a racist. He eats people, jaws, and so forth. That is the best season I've ever seen of a player.
What about Gareth Bale?
No.
What's a striker though?
What's the cannibal?
Oh, as a striker, okay.
No. What the cannibal did in that season, for me, that is the best season I've ever seen of a player. Like the stuff that he was doing week to week was kind of
dead as well.
Yeah, no, that Liverpool team wasn't great. So the guy literally almost single-handedly carried that team to a title.
How long was Alonso at Liverpool before he went Madrid? Shabby.
A couple of years.
Oh, sure.
He's there for a little while, maybe 4 years. I want to say.
Maybe, I think it was 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah, like no. That's Cannibal's season was insane. I mean, look, see, so okay. Cobham, where would you put Aguero, striker? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Premier League history. Give me a number. I want a number.
Top 3.
I said a number. Don't pussy out.
2.
So who's number 1?
Has to be Drogba, fam. For me, this is just my personal opinion, but
Chelsea takes.
Relax. Aguero is he's just too cold of a striker. But for me, it's just like with Drogba, he could do a lot more. He could just do a lot more.
Because remember in the era as well, playing lone striker all by himself. Didn't have like the kind of midfield that Aguero had to support him.
Yeah.
Also, Drogba was actually a better playmaker than Aguero. Like he offered more outside the box.
This is what I mean. But Aguero was definitely top 3 of all time.
Who had better technique though between Aguero and Drogba? Who would you say had better technique?
What, shooting technique or just overall?
No, I'm saying ball control.
Oh no, ball control. Aguero for sure.
Oh,
Easy
okay.
Aguero for sure.
Yeah.
So come on, what are you saying?
Yeah. If I'm looking over his time at Man City, yeah, I think I can't name any better striker when he first joined and when he left. I can't name any striker. No one. No. But in UCLs,
is he still his greatest ever player?
I mean, apart from Paul Dickov and Sean Greater, yes,
Sean Gore,
and Sean Wright Phillips.
No. But let me ask, so like, don't say apart. Would you say that he should be seen as City's greatest ever player if you take into account impact, trophies won, what he's done for the club?
Yeah, but let's be real. Who's he competing against?
Silva.
David
Is he better
Silva.
than so
Toure.
he's greater than Yaya?
Yeah, David Silva.
David Silva.
Yes.
No.
No, for Man City over his career.
Didn't Yaya get like double figures in goals as a midfielder and led them to two league titles with double figures in
Yeah,
goals?
2013, yeah.
And he was clutch.
Yeah.
No. Look, I'm just putting
overall,
it out there. But I'm just saying that, like, Uncle Yaya as a midfielder had double figures in goals and led them to 2 titles as a midfielder.
True.
And he scored in
With no
multiple
strikers
cup
helping.
finals as well.
Yes. Like, guys, put some respect to the Uncle Yaya's name, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking about these tap-ins that Aguero's like, yeah. Nah, it goes Yaya, maybe Aguero, then David Silva in that order.
For what are you saying? Aguero's greatness, man.
Yeah, all-time great, legendary striker. I think he deserves the statue. I think he deserves a better statue than that personally, because that looks like Tony Kroos,
Bro,
being honest.
Remember that Cristiano statue? That looked like some kind of freakish thing.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
Oh, that is mad. Yeah, we've seen some mad football statues over the years, man. Remember that one about Zidane's headbutting Materazzi?
Oh yeah.
They erected that in Paris somewhere, I think. Yeah, that was a mad statue. But yeah, we've seen some madness in football. But yeah, on Aguero, obviously legendary striker, and yeah, people throw the UCO allegations that he flopped there. For his country, he was a bit of a sideman, to be honest, and even players like Higuain did more, which was a bit strange for me seeing that, because we know how good Aguero was in the league. Obviously, domestically, he was a monster. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. How do you get it that bad?
I have no idea. For a guy that's famous and that well known, like the guy, the captain should be jailed. You should be jailed. But yeah, continue.
That's mad. But yeah, no, Aguero, his record for Man City in big games was always was crazy. Like, he was one of those players that you just feared going up, knowing that you played him the next day, Man City. You thought like, oh, Aguero, he's gonna get on the score sheet. In terms of his technique, he had such a great low center of gravity. His balance was incredible. He was able to get shots off with little backlift, and that's what made him so dangerous. Was that he was so short, so strong and stocky, but yet he needed very little backlift to get off these powerful shots at tight angles.
But Ford, I don't. But you must have played against like short strikers. They're the worst to defend against, bro.
Yeah,
guys with low sense of gravity. Oh my god! Like, I remember there was one guy in my school he was really short, low sense of gravity, but he would dribble hell on earth trying to tackle this freaking dude, man.
Yeah. No, bro. Just reminded me about my school. There's literally like I was relatively short like growing up in school, but like there was this one short kid. He's probably like 4 foot maybe, yeah. But the way he used to dribble, the ball was literally stuck to his foot.
I remember his name because he used to play for like the Everton like youth team. So I remember Daniel Hutchinson. He played for Everton youth team, and this guy, because he was really, really short and stocky, but he could dribble and he could turn really sharply. I think with short guys with low center of gravity, man, their turns are very, very sharp. So it's very difficult to now sort of cut off their angles. So
how short
it's like they're ice skating. It's like they're literally like they're ice skating around.
Yeah. It's hell on earth, man.
Go with them. It's mad. Yeah, it's mad. No, yeah, like Aguero, I think technically a very good player, and obviously scored in big games. I think most goals in the Manchester derby for a Man City player. So he's rightfully so a great legend for Man City. But there is a but with all of this, and it's not even with the UCL talk or the how we done for Argentina. It's with him as a player, because again, for a lot of his career, he did spend a lot of it on the sidelines with injuries, which is why for a lot of the time he didn't get into team of the seasons or get that many individual honors and become as big a name as he should have been for the player that he was. I think that was also a bit of a black mark on him, the amount of injuries that he had. And also, when you look at it, yes, if you're having like an all-time discussion in the Premier League, you will have him in like your top 3s, your top 5s and whatnot, because of what he's done and the amount of goals. But if you're talking like peak for peak, when was Aguero's actual peak? Because this is the question nobody can answer. When was Aguero's peak? Because he never really had that pinnacle season where he bagged 30 goals. He never had it.
Oh, so he never hits 30?
No, I think he got 26 in 2014, 2015, yeah. 26. That was the highest, I
So
think.
what was impressive about Aguero was his goal-to-game ratio, right? He has one of, I think, the least. So he will never play most of the season. Hardly touches 30 games, but he's always close to the 30 mark, regardless of him playing very few games.
So
That is true. That is
okay. So
true.
okay,
The
wait,
thing
wait,
is,
okay. Let me. If he was fully fit, I know. What ifs? If he was fully fit and didn't have crazy injury things, then would it then end the strikers this discussion, and maybe would this even help him in the UCL if he didn't have the injury issues he had?
Yes, I think it will, because it was always a huge contributing factor. Like he would start the season, majority of the middle part of the season is out, and he comes for the back end.
Right?
yeah,
Forward,
yeah,
what's it?
100%. Obviously, it definitely did like disrupt his momentum in season. All these injuries for sure. So I agree with the UCL point definitely. But as a player, but as good as he was, even at his whenever his peak was, like maybe going to say 2014 or maybe even 2012 or whenever, I still feel like there was always a striker in the world that was better than him. Like even during that time, 2013, 14ish, it was Van Persie that was there scoring like crazy numbers. Before then, it was Drogba who had like 30 goals in 32 league games or something like that, with crazy numbers, while also being at AFCON.
Yeah,
Then
29.
before that, it was Rooney. Before then, it was Rooney who was the best striker in the league. So there was never actually at one period in time where Aguero was the best striker in the league. And when you look at it, peak for peak against a lot of these guys, I think a lot of these guys that I mentioned are better. Even later on, Luis Suarez came around. For me, peak for peak, Suarez is a better striker than him. So it's
Suarez is just
strange
a
because
better
it's strange because when you look at it, you might put Aguero on. I think for me, I would probably put him top 3 strikers of all time in the Premier League in terms of what he's done. But if you're looking peak for peak, I would say Suarez is better. I would say Drogba was better at his peak. I would say Rooney was better at his peak. And I'd even say Van Persie was better at his peak than Aguero. So it's tough.
Okay. So your top 3 is at their best. You're just saying that's just as an overall thing then.
Yes, he's top 3 overall in terms of what he's accomplished in the Premier League. Alongside, for me, Thierry Henry. And then second, I'd have Alan Shearer.
Okay. What's it called? Abdul, what do you think about Aguero, man, and his legacy as a striker for City and beyond overall?
I actually completely disagree with what Forward just said. For me, when you can't pinpoint a player's peak, that's actually a good thing for me, because for me personally, if I had a football team, I would rather have a player, because Aguero, I think he's the player with most consecutive 20 plus goals in a league for years. Like I think he scored 20 plus goals 6 or 7 years running. I would much rather a player do.
That's a false stat. That's a false stat.
I would much rather a player do
it's
that.
a true stat. He's been one of the most consistent.
Yeah, I would much rather a player do that than score 30 goals in 2 seasons in a row and then score 15 for the rest of his career every season. You feel me? So for me,
no, that's a point. That's a point. So basically, you're always getting good outputs consistently over him, rather than I was amazing this time, but I then dropped off the other times.
Because as a striker, bro, that's one of the biggest things with Suarez, bro. Like for me, he had 2 really good seasons at Barcelona, for example, at the highest level, but he dropped off. And if you asked me, would you rather have he won that Golden Boot in 2016 and put up 30, 40 Gs, or he scored 20 goals every season for the 6 years he was at Barcelona? I would say, bro, rather score 20 goals every season because it would help the team more. But for Aguero, I would say, I feel like it's disrespectful to put Drogba over him. I know the Cobham, he's a Chelsea fan, but bro, they played around the same amount of games, and Aguero scored 80 more goals. You feel me? 80 more goals, and they have the same amount of assists. So that's disrespectful, bro.
UCL?
No, but we're talking Premier League. We're talking Premier League.
we're talking about overall in your Premier League career.
Yeah, but Premier League career is what you've done in the Premier League, not what you've done in the UCL.
No. Okay, then Abdul. So if you just take everything overall, so because the Premier League, okay, I'll give you it's better than Drogba stood in the Premier League, but overall, Drogba or Aguero.
But it's tough because you also have to contextualize it. He was playing for a team who have literally zero, negative almost, I would say, heritage in the Champions League, HH. And you know how tough it is for an oil club a new established oil club to say what's up in the Champions League. I know you can pinpoint poor performances for him, but I think he was always fighting an uphill battle in the Champions League.
But Abdul, don't do that because before 2012, Chelsea. But see, Drogba was part of the team that made it into Chelsea's very first UCL final. So Drogba was instrumental in creating a Champions League legacy that Chelsea never had prior. So Aguero, if you're that good, why can't he be part?
But you had European heritage before the Champions League, though.
No, we're talking about Champions League.
But not even that, though. You had players around him, like Lampard. You had so many players who were actually very experienced and at that level to compete.
Didn't he win a Champions League with Barcelona? Hold up. Didn't Yaya win a Champions League with Barcelona before he got to Man City?
Only him.
Only him.
Nobody at Chelsea had won a Champions League before.
I was just about to go there. I was just about to go there.
I'm talking about the players at Chelsea. If you look at their stage of their career, they've been around for a while, and it wasn't players who are new to competing at this level. That's what I'm saying.
But Adrian, can I ask you a question then? Like, why do you only bring up the Champions League with Aguero and not with R9 then? Because we're talking club careers, not international careers. Why don't you use the UCL
Abdul,
with R9 then?
I've always said that R9 for me is a personal thing, and I always use the World Cup with it. But when we're comparing two guys, we have to use the criteria. So we are having a Aguero Drogba discussion. So when we're having that discussion, that is what we're now focusing on. So they both play in the Premier League. Let's look at the Premier League acumen. The both play in the Champions League. Let's look at the Champions League acumen. Premier League.
Yeah, for me, like the one thing I would say is there are some attributes to Aguero that I could say he was so superior at it than anybody else in his generation. I'm telling you, I've never seen somebody being so lethal from the near post as much as Aguero. This guy near post, he was ridiculous. I don't know if you remember that goal against Lloris in the 2019 when they went out. The near post shot. Is ridiculous.
And also,
good this guy was near post.
His goal against Liverpool in that season that they won it by 1 point.
Yeah, and I feel like honestly, the fact that he played for City, and I feel like the fact that he played for because it's not it wasn't fashionable to play for City back then, and even now it's not. I mean, it's more fashionable now than it was back then, but still. And I feel like because let's be honest, because he's always been in Messi's shadow internationally wise. He's always been in Messi's shadow, and because he never really set us up in the Champions League, I feel like almost he's become underrated. But this guy, he wasn't just a striker. He wasn't like people make him out to be like a dog shit player as well. But he wasn't. He did have an all-round game. He did know how to pass. He did know how to link up.
Yeah, but Drogba also flopped with one of the best Ivory Coast teams, the golden generation.
Leicester.
No, fam. We can't let that slide. That was like the.
Okay, what about Aguero then in Argentina?
Higuain tax.
Oh, okay.
What?
You see this? Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let's take the top. So RR7 says Higuain. Thank you for the top RR7. Higuain is a legend for saving the world in 2014. So R7 is a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy, and obviously he's obviously referring to. Also, my thing is Higuain didn't do anything. Messi had his 1v1 chance that he didn't take.
No, that was Higuain.
You know the funniest thing is Higuain was only there on the pitch to miss those chances because Aguero was holding bench in his prime. So listen, man, you guys hype Aguero and he was a great player, but there's certain strikers he can't chat to. Sorry,
I'm saying
remember that was the season that Higuain had a crazy Serie season.
Yes, for Napoli. So you are starting. For Napoli, when he broke those records, before he came to, did he come to Chelsea, right? Before he came to Chelsea.
Chelsea 2019.
That's Aguero's fault for not having a better season. Aguero didn't have a better season. Aguero didn't have the rep because he wasn't performing consistently for Argentina either.
Wait, hold on. Let's get on the top. Mo, don't ever bring up that prick Van Persie. He was injured 80% of his career with us and ditched us. And got one good season and became dead. Now, Mo, can you please tell the full story? Now, let me tell the full story. Once upon a time, Van Persie was an Arsenal player. ex-Arsenal player, scored a crazy volley. I think it was against Charlton, a superb volley, and had an amazing. Hold up, he had an amazing season. After his amazing season, he went to Wenger and said that, as captain, who are we signing? Who are we bringing in? And Wenger felt that Van Persie was not in his place to question who they were going to bring in. And after that, Van Persie grew disillusioned with where the club was going. The very next season, I believe this was Ferguson's last season, he leads Man United to a league title. So, Mo, that is the full story. And please, you must tell the whole story. So at the end of the day, Arsenal held an L there. Arsenal held an L there, allowing one person to go, man. So, Latza. Don't give it to Latza. 18-19 was Aguero's peak. Back-to-back hat-tricks against Arsenal and Chelsea. The goal against Liverpool in the title race, the winning goal versus Spurs, robbed. I thought the winning goal was by Sterling. I thought and the thing was by Sterling.
He made the assist to that goal.
Oh, okay. No, back-to-back hat-tricks against Arsenal and Chelsea.
Yeah, but it's a poor Chelsea side.
But my thing is no. But that's you say that okay. That was his peak. What did he do in the UCL? What was his Champions League moments? Don't say, oh, we got robbed and so forth. Make it. I told you, get it done. No excuses, just get it done.
But didn't he score like a hat trick against Bayern?
Wasn't that in the group stage?
That was in the group stage against 10 men.
Hat trick against
10 men.
In the group stage.
Men Bayern.
But can I just
Abdul, I'm a knockout merchants, man. I'm a knockout merchant.
Can I just ask? Can I ask a question?
Go for
Do
it.
you think, as soon as he scored that goal in 2012, I think even if he had retired back then, they would still have built him a statue, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Don't you think? Yeah, yes. It doesn't matter what he done after that moment. He's already.
It was too because again, this is what I say. It's like City fans care more. For City fans, that was a greater moment than what the moment would be winning the Champions League because of the whole rivalry with Man United and the fact of 1,000%, because it's not only first EPL title. The way it was done, how dramatically it was done, was the fact that it stopped Man United from winning the league title. So even if City going to win dozens of UCLs, another UCL, if you ask any City fan, that will remain their fondest moment in their history, was winning the title in that manner. So so Aguero will forever be a legend. Forever.
It's similar to
sorry, done.
It's similar to Hazard stopping Tottenham from winning the league from Leicester. But imagine now if you won the league. No. I'm saying imagine now if Tottenham were about to win the league and then y'all win it.
No.
The rivalry between Man City and United is deeper than Chelsea and Tottenham because
you hardly have any rivals in London, man.
Look, basically, Chelsea's local rival is Brentford and Fulham, who pretty much gets tested. So, well, no. It's really Brentford and Fulham. Fulham is really just down the road. But the thing with Manchester, you're in the freaking same damn city. So there's nothing any other City player can do that can even come close because you can only do the first thing once.
Yeah, you're right.
You can only do the first thing once. So even if you win, basically. The closest thing would be if City played United in the Champions League final.
Everton, Liverpool.
No. That's deep. That's deep as well. But here's my thing.
You know what?
Hold on. But let me look at this stuff. Yeah. The only way that you could get a moment on parity with Aguero is if City played United in the Champions League final, and then a City player scored a last-minute goal to win. But even that though, because this was the first one, it can't be beat.
You know what it would take? It would take that situation you just said, but if it's to win a treble, to match United's treble.
Yeah, but there's just something about doing something for the first time that you can't beat because
Yeah.
they never won the Premier League before, and it was literally the perfect scenario. And when you do something for the first time, it's the first time is the first time. So the perfect scenario was winning the league for the first time in the last minute, the last kick, and United thought they were winning. Like without Aguero scoring, United would have won the league. So it was stopping, and I think Rio even said that, man, United were pissed because they played Sunderland and like they had won the title. So to lose it like that, oh my god! Like for City, that's just crazy, But I mean, look, but I still like beyond just the City thing. I expected more from Aguero. Aguero should have. We look at the struggles of the generation. We say Lewandowski, we say Benzema, we say Campbell Suarez. Those are the three that we say. Aguero should be in there, but he isn't. Like no one in their right mind puts Aguero in that three of Campbell Suarez, Benzema, Lewandowski, which is crazy because Aguero should be in that, but he's not there because of you don't have that UCL acumen,
But HA, can I just ask, like, would you have said what you just said in 2019, that Benzema is in the strikers of the generation?
No, because those UCL titles, he played a role, but not the kind of role that he's playing now. So my thing is that Benzema is in there because of what he's done in the past few seasons, and especially like this season has really cemented what he's done, which is why, like for me, what you do domestically is all cool, but I need that UCL. I need you to say what's up in that UCL, and I think Aguero can't use the excuse of Man City to say, "Oh, I didn't do well," because that's what an elite player does: is you elevate a really good team that needs a step. Like City we're not trash. They're really good, but that elite player elevated to that next level. Let's keep it real. As good as Aguero was, did Aguero ever have that 06 season that Henry had for Arsenal? That Arsenal team was way inferior to the City team that Aguero was on. But Henry literally carried those guys. Like Aguero has never had a more dull moment than Henry in that first leg against Real Madrid at Bernabeu when he scored from the halfway line. When he ran the ball from the halfway line.
But you can't use that against him because he's always had a good team. You feel me?
Who?
No, I think that's what
Aguero,
makes Henry a better player.
Sorry, what are we saying?
I'm saying I think that's what makes Henry the better player. I don't think Aguero was the type of player whereby I think even ability-wise, Suarez is better in the fact that Suarez was players who can create from the box, dribble a few, and then score. Aguero was more of you give him the situation and then he's clinical and then you'll finish. So hence I agree that Henry, even Suarez were the better players than Aguero.
Let me hit this at the Bulgaria. So Detroit said, hostage FC fans, please stop hyping up Drogba here. Now, this is a perfect way to end. Guys, do you know who Detroit Rock City supports?
Bayern Munich, I believe.
We'll be in your crib, 2012.
Detroit Rock City, do you know what this shirt is?
Nightmares for him.
Specifically, this particular shirt.
Number 11.
No, not just on those. It's this particular shirt. Not just any shirt, this is the shirt. This is the shirt that gives Bayern fans nightmares. This shirt, right here. So, Detroit's Rock City, I know it's salty, but if there's one player that gives Bayern fans nightmares, it's that dude Drogba. Guys, Eminence, Abdullahi, Cobham, please.
We pray.
In Jesus' name.
Manchester Chelsea.
Please.
Bye.